Check, check. Say something for me, Rich.
Check, mic check.
Okay, cool, 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 cool. But yeah. Hopefully, all that stuff gets finalized shortly, man. Um, but yeah, I'll tell you another tool, man. Have you started using Chat GPT yet?
I have, but only for what do you call it? I use it like for like pitching, and then also I use it for like captions. So I only use it for those two things. But have you used it for like those things that you think might be helpful for me? Just like
Yeah,
because I haven't really explored it like that.
the main thing I use it for, I mean, is just research. Like if I just want
Okay.
to know the answer to something, it's
Okay.
like it's like okay, it's like Google. It's like Google googling Google results for what you're googling. It's like
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I
because it
want to
has a lot
know
of
this, and it goes
yeah.
through and it's scanning all the data that's out there, and it gives you like a very well written response to whatever your question is. So like in your case, you can go in Chat GPT. Hey, Chat GPT, you ain't got to call about its name, but like, how do I copy my
Mm,
text from this program to that program and keep the formatting?
mm,
And if there's a way to do it,
mm,
Chat GPT will likely know and it'll tell you how to do it.
mm.
And it's pretty incredible, like with how helpful it actually is. Because like traditionally, you search for something, now you get a bunch of search results. Now you got to sift through the search results and find out,
Mm-hmm.
okay, who's a credible source, who knows what the hell they're
Yeah.
talking about. Because you got a lot of people out here just trying to make money, trying to get some ads, AdSense
Yeah.
revenue and stuff like that. So you got to sift through it. But Chat GBT kind of bypasses all that,
Mm,
and it's just pulling from all the information out there, and it's just giving you the answer.
yeah.
That's pretty. It's a very powerful. I've been using it a lot more the last month, and like even with crazy specific things, like I was looking up something for Reaper, like how to do this very specific thing in Reaper, and it told me. I'm like,
Well.
because that answer is already out there. Someone's
Mm,
already talked about. It's not creating
mm,
anything. It's just scouring the internet for everything that exists on that
that's true.
topic, and it spits it back out to you. So like, it's
Yeah.
such a super resourceful. Like whatever you have a question is about it. Like before, like asking somebody else or trying to get a consultant, you might just be able to ask it and it tell you.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Or
yeah.
like ask it to
Yeah.
write you up a contract for this or that, or like it's. I haven't even dug into like what it really can. I just ask it questions right now. I'm just kind of treating it like a Google on steroids for me. You know,
Wow, that's cool. Yeah.
but it's dope,
That's
man.
good.
Yeah, so like now it's just kind of like I have my own little bookmark in my Chrome browser, and so that's kind of like
Sweet.
I just been using that when I have a question about something. I'll just go to Chat GPT. Hey, da 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 da, boom, spits me out an answer. It was. I'll tell you a funny one. This these disses that have been happening like with Drake and all them. I'm like, I don't, I ain't got time to be like following all this stuff. So I was like, where did this beef stem from? I typed that into Chat GPT and it spit back an answer. This beef stems from this track that he did with him at this date entitled this, and then it was it da, 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 and it just like gave
Wow.
me a breakdown of it.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. I asked it today about Puff
Whoa.
Daddy. Like, why's Puff Daddy getting in trouble? It wouldn't give me an answer on that one. Look, we can't speculate on that. You have to follow trusted news sources because it's like legalities and stuff involved in that. So it wasn't really trying to
Mm.
talk. It wasn't trying to speak on that. It kind of hit me with that
Wow, that's
street code. Like,
funny.
nah, we don't know nothing. We don't know nothing over here. Chat G. Nah, you know a lot. Chat GPT. You know a lot.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Damn, they got that unlocked.
yeah.
Sheesh.
They put the brakes on that. Like, nah, we ain't speaking on that, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Chat GPT responded back, "We ain't the feds." That'd be funny to start responding back to you like in hood lingo. We ain't the feds.
That's
We ain't dry
funny.
snitching over here on Chat
I
GPT.
got that's
Uh,
funny.
but
Oh man,
but
that's
yeah,
funny though.
man. but but yeah. So I sent you the master bundle. Um, so we got that done. So we got our first track officially out the door. Yeah.
It sounds incredible. Yeah, I'm happy. I already set it to release for Tuesday.
Dang, you ain't playing.
Yeah.
We got it, man.
Yeah, damn, I'll just release it now, but I actually want to get some. I don't want to just release it without no visuals, so I'm working on getting some stuff done behind the scenes so I can get some visuals up there with the song at least this coming week so that when I drop it I'll come out with a visualizer at least so I could just have something just to post, and then I'll work on getting like a little lyric video done at some point and figure out who to hire for that. And I already know that the videos is always an issue with me, so I have to be very careful with who I hire, and I also have to be very specific
Yeah.
because that's also a big thing. Because like all my lyric videos, I've been having to like pull my teeth with these people. Um, like they want to use like uh, footage that has nothing to do with the concept. I'm like okay, like you said, incompetent. So I'm like okay, so I have to
Why
be
is
careful
there
with that because sometimes I'm just like.
why is there video footage of an airplane landing on a strip? It has nothing to do with my song. You have horses galloping outside in the country. It has nothing to do with my song.
Yeah, yeah,
And
I'm
then
just
you
like,
jump to
man.
a crack deal going down in the streets. Has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, I'm telling you, some of these people on Fiverr, like I love Fiverr, but it's just like I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's just like it's really something.
Yeah.
But I'm like that's how I'm like bracing myself with that. Like visualize is easier if just like, just put the song in, do that little thing and it's done. But when it comes to lyric videos, like that's always yeah, trial and error. So I'm like I'm not looking forward to it, but
Yeah.
I will definitely
Also,
work on that.
I would you can also go to Chat GPT and ask it, are there any tools that you can use that will do like AI generated videos for you?
For a video.
I don't know. Like I
Okay.
haven't even
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like
Mm.
I'll go to Chat GPT asking it questions about, hey, tell me this about AI. Like what's some of the best AI tools for audio right now?
Recording stopped.
You know? Or yeah, just stop recording for some reason. But I'm still
For my
recording on
side
my
or
end.
your side?
Yeah, I'm still
On my
recording on my
side.
end.
Oh, maybe because it's my okay, probably just okay.
But yeah, who knows? Like, because there's a common thing now where there's a lot of content on YouTube that's completely AI. Like it's all AI. The visuals are AI, the audio is AI, and they probably even like all of it's probably AI. Like, and so they now you have to actually say like if this is AI or not when you upload a video on
Oh
YouTube.
yeah.
So like there's some
Oh yeah,
videos you may be
this
watching where it's all strictly AI. It's just someone who's basically typed in like, hey, make me this. So
yeah. Wow.
there might be a way for you to create AI visualizers for your music videos and
Mm,
stuff.
that'd be cool.
Check it out. Like I don't know, like I haven't went
Yeah.
down that rabbit hole, but I get on
Yeah.
Chat GPT and start asking it some questions, or just start doing some googling. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe there is something out there that exists that's good enough for right now. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I might have to yeah, that'd be cool. It just save me more time and money
Yeah,
that I don't have to do all this extraness and hire out all the time because it's been, yeah, even financials is tough for me. So I was even talk about that too. Like I don't know if I should dial it back or not because it just seems like I'm just like I'm ambitious as far as like getting music out. I just want to make sure like I'm not like not say burnt out, but you know what I mean. Like it's spending more than I can afford, and then I'm just have to feel like I'm in like a crunch with money,
mm-hmm.
and I still have debt to pay. Um, so I'm just wondering like how do I dial it back while getting enough songs out there versus I needed like I know May is not as busy as far as like studio work, but again, it's still
Well, yeah, we
figuring
front
out
loaded it
like
though. We front
the
loading it with
schedule.
polish.
Yeah.
You know, we polishing up what 3 songs
Yeah, that's
in
what I
May, I
was
think.
thinking. Yeah, but then I'm like, can I even do it? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
realistically, because I know like this. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, I'm not like doubting myself. Like, I know I'm able to do it, but it's just like I didn't have to squeeze from different sources. To get the studio stuff done. pay the engineer, and you know, which is you, but then I have to pay the studio guy also. So I'm like tapping into funds that I can't really, um tapping into places where I don't want to, because I have to pay for the stuff,
Right.
because the stuff needs to get done, and obviously I can't leave stuff outstanding. So, but yeah, that's like my little thing. But I'm just figuring out going forward, how do we continue with the momentum without me feeling like I have to do like a hard stop on things. But
Yeah. Or I mean,
yeah.
or it could be something like right now our goal is kind of like 2 tracks a month, you know, and you could dial it back and say, okay, maybe 1 track a month, you know, or here's another thing too to consider. You know, this is my little thing I'm always preaching about, but like budgeting for like marketing, very important. Like to actually build awareness around what you currently have out already. So like being able to have like ads like running on a song, like put it's good to put out songs and get a feel for like what seems to be like favorites of people, like kind of get a sense of like what people seem to be reacting the most to out of some of the songs, and then take that song and then start trying to push that song harder. Like start trying to actually get advertisement behind that. So think about it like this: when it comes to budgeting, you definitely got a budget for creating stuff, but you also got a budget for actually like promoting things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's very very important because all the stuff you've already done up until this point is not obsolete.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's still
Yeah, of
super
course.
relevant stuff you've already done. So as you continue creating new things, you also want to make sure you're not spending all your budget on just creating. Is what I'm getting at.
Gotcha.
You know, you want to try
Mm-hmm.
to you also want to try to budget for marketing. So like I have actually, let me share this with you. I was sharing this recently with one of my other students. It's another similar conversation where they have like a $20,000 budget on this project I'm a part of, and I was just dropping a little seed in her ear about what like she was wanting me to come out and perform in Canada and was gonna pay for the expenses of the trip and stuff like that. And it was like it's gonna be like over a G for that. And I was like, honestly, I didn't have a good conscience about it. Cause I'm like financially I think that money would be better spent on just promoting the songs like on the internet. Cause me coming out there isn't gonna move the needle.
Yeah.
You know, I mean I know I have an audience, but I don't have that. It ain't gonna be like that. It ain't like I'm like Chris Brown or something. He's in my mind because all these diss tracks recently. But like it ain't like I'm some artist who's already super popping and I got like crazy fan base just flocking
Mm-hmm.
wherever I go. I'm a guy who teaches people how to rap and stuff on the internet. But and then she was asking me if uh if I think donors would have an issue with donating to the project, knowing that some of the money was going to promotion. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't see why people would take issue with that. Like you need that for
To
people to know
promote.
about the project.
Yeah.
So whether you're paying for a YouTube ad, a Facebook ad, a TikTok, Instagram ad,
Mm-hmm.
or you're having to travel to go on other podcasts to promote whatever it is that you're promoting, that costs money. Or you're printing up flyers and passing them out at local events or whatever. Like promotion is
Mm-hmm.
time and money. It's going to cost time and money to promote however you decide to do it, you know? And so that's something super important to think about. But this picture I wanted to share with you. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, yeah, can you see that picture?
Yes. So.
So it's saying rappers, which is better,
Mm-hmm.
budget A or budget B? So budget A
Mm-hmm.
is a mixtape with 15 songs. And so for beat leases, these are just made up numbers, but beat leases, you
Okay.
paying $300 to lease all your instrumentals. Mixing fees, you paying $2,250. Artwork, you paying $300. You're getting 3 music
Mm-hmm.
videos done, super cheap for $900.
Mm-hmm.
So you paying like $300 a video. Promotion, $0. So total, you spending $3,750 on budget A, which is a mixtape of 15 songs. Budget B, same exact amount total. You spending $3,750. But this is how budget B goes. Budget B, you lease one beat, $20. Mixing fees, you paying $150 for a cheap mix. Artwork, you getting, again, they just made up numbers, $300. One music video, $300. Promotion, you spend $2,980 on promotion, promoting that one single. And so it's just to get artists thinking in different directions. Like, okay, and it's very interesting. I've shared this a few times. I always get it gets a lot of conversations going in the chat, but there's quite a few people like, man, budget A, man. I'm like, more songs, the better. And then budget B is all about building awareness, though. So budget A is all about like product creation, like creating product, creating stuff. Budget B is about creating product and building a lot of awareness around it. And so that's something to think about as far as game plan goes, right? Because, you know, unless you do everything yourself, there's going to be expenses in creating music, you know? Well, there's expenses regardless. Like, if you do it yourself, you got to learn everything. So that's going to cost you a lot of time to learn how to do all the stuff. Mixing takes a lot of, I'm still learning mixing. I always will be learning mixing. there's always new tools. There's always new techniques. You know, it's a very deep topic. I've been doing that for 20 years now. But yeah, so there's investment involved, whether it's, if you're doing it for yourself, you invest in your time into learning it and getting good at it, or you invest in your money to have someone else do it for you that saves you time, you know? And so what I would say, if it's a situation where it's like, man, I'm financially overextending myself, I would dial back on production and then make sure you're allocating money to promote the things that you are creating. If that makes sense. Because the game plan should be to build a fan base around what you're doing so you can start getting paid for what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's the game plan. So if you can get paid for what you're doing, then you can start reinvesting that money you're making back into your projects. So if you're building fan base up, you're getting support, you're able to go, you know, if you're actually able to get people to show up to your shows, you're going to start getting paid money for that. You know, and then you can like ramp up production more. You know, so like, that's just something to think about. Like the promotion side is really the lifeline of whatever it is that you're trying to grow. You know, that promotion has got to be there. It's got to be happening. Like, people, that has to grow. It's got to, because if it's not growing, then it's like, it's hard to justify to keep doing it, unless it's just like personal enjoyment or whatever. But we want to make some noise of what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, that's the whole point of it. Like, you know, you're trying to build awareness, one, for the topic on what you're talking about, which is very important, about mental health. And two, is you as an artist, like, you want to be able to get support for what you're doing too.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, like, I would think about it that way. Like, and even if like, let's say, like, you can always be writing songs, like, you can keep building the catalog of that up, but you don't necessarily have to be, if it's putting a financial strain on you, you don't necessarily have to be like producing 2 songs every single month. You know, maybe dial that back so you're not putting yourself in a bad financial situation. Or there may be a period too, like this one artist, I think we were speaking about him recently. His name is Russ. And so Russ is a producer and rapper. He does everything himself. He makes his own beats, writes his own songs, mixes his own stuff, all that. So he was putting out a song every single week, but he could only do that because he does all the stuff himself, you know? And then he built that up to a certain point to where now he doesn't do them every single week. Like, he'll just work on a project and drop the project or whatever, or just release a single whenever he wants. But he dialed back once he built it up, and that was his strategy. It's like just dropping songs every single week. But that's just not viable if you're not doing everything yourself, because you're gonna have all those expenses piling up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not realistic. You know, but But from a strategic standpoint, definitely, definitely, like, yeah, I would say you would probably need to dial back, and then even if there's like, you can still keep creating, but as far as like studio, custom beats, mixing, like all that stuff, you might have to dial back a little bit, and then focus on trying to get more awareness around the stuff you've already done up until that point. So like
Yeah.
maybe you're not putting out 2 songs a week. I mean, a month. I said a week. A month. Maybe it's one, if that's feasible, with some promoting, or you may have to take a break from like the studio side of things and like focus just on promotion for like a month or so.
Mm.
Like just, but I would say most important, like just definitely make sure you're allocating some of your budget to promote this stuff. Like that's like everything. We want to get some eyeballs behind it.
Yeah.
You know, that's most important. So you already got your first EP, so you got all that, and then you got the new tracks you're working on. So you got a catalog already to show for of what you're doing. You know,
Yes.
so it's not like, and this is just an example, but like even if you promoted one song, it's still promoting you as an artist and your whole catalog. So like your whole catalog is attached to your page when they go listen to that one song.
Yeah.
So you're promoting one song, but you're promoting yourself as an artist and everything you got going on. You know what I'm saying? So
That's real.
yeah, definitely don't definitely don't put yourself in a crazy financial situation on the creation side of things. Like you've already invested into your art. You got a whole project to show for that. And so from there, focus on making a lot of noise around your music
Mm.
because you've already got something to show for it. It's not like you're just some artist that don't have any music out.
Yeah.
You know, I told you about my
That's
friend who
real.
moved to Atlanta who was promoting the same mixtape for like 5 or 6
Yeah.
years. Remember I was telling you about that? Or like Lizzo, when Lizzo popped off, she was popping off for old music. She had been promoting it that whole time, but it just took a minute for it to really get the traction it needed.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes just things take time to build. Um, so that's what I would say. Like just try to balance that to where you're not putting yourself in a crazy situation financially and focus on what's really moving the needle. Like dropping new tracks is good. Like that's like new stuff for people to check out. That's feeding your existing fan base. I think that's definitely important. But at the same time, building that fan base
Yeah.
is like most important when you're starting off. You gotta grow awareness around what you're doing. So that's gonna cost it's gonna take up resources, time and money. Whether you're going around passing out flyers at events or you're paying for like Facebook ads, YouTube ads to run, or SoundCloud is another very affordable promotional vehicle to promote songs. Like, you could be putting your stuff on SoundCloud and like hashtagging it with mental health and stuff like that. And there's different each platform has different expenses, like as far as promotion. Like I think SoundCloud's the cheapest, I think,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to
Okay.
promotion. Um but yeah. Yeah, think of, as an artist, it's like you have your own small business that you're creating and you're trying to scale that business up. And so where a lot of businesses fail from the beginning is they have too much overhead. So it's like they want to start off with the marble floors and the granite countertops in the office, you know, and super crazy artwork on the wall, or, because they want to look super legit and they have no clients, And so now they're paying for this space and they offer this service or this product, but they don't have any money coming in. So now they're going in debt every single month. They got that mortgage or that rent, and they keep going deeper and deeper in the hole, and they haven't been promoting the business. And so they're putting themselves in a position where they could go lose it all, you know, opposed to like having like, oh, okay, office, hold back on the granite countertops and the nice artwork on the wall and get you some damn clients. You know what I'm saying? And then as you get the clients, then you can reinvest back into the business and then you can kind of scale it up from there. So the moral is don't just try not to have too much overhead. So overhead is anything that's costing you money. Like try to try to accomplish what your desired result is as much as possible with getting in as little debt as possible. Like, and so every song creation, unless you're doing it all yourself, it just costs you time if you do it all yourself. But once you're like you got other people involved and it's costing money, then focus on trying to be profitable, you know, and so that's why I keep going back to that marketing side of things. Like so important. Like, and what you're doing is already a huge, super necessary market is attached to it already. Mental health is a huge one, huge. It's a big market out there, and so there's thousands, millions of people who don't know about you yet, and so they need to know about you. So that promotion, that's how they're gonna find out about you.
Mm.
But yeah, that's what I would say with that. And
Thank you. Yeah.
it's tough as a creative, like as an artist, like you just want to be creating all the time, and making songs and stuff like that. Like, but then we got the business side of things that we got to stay tapped into, like making sure things are making financial sense for what we're doing. You know, like my strategy on like YouTube, for an example, I've never paid for ads. My strategy is SEO. It's like a long-term strategy to where I get a lot of traffic on from SEO just from making all these videos throughout the years. Now it's a totally different business model, but I had to I had to earn all that advertisement with time, lots of time. I've invested God knows how many thousands of hours creating content for free on YouTube and my website, and from that investment, I get eyeballs on my stuff every day. So it's still the same thing. It's just I accomplish it in a different way. But every day there's people finding my stuff because I've already put it out there in a way that's discoverable. They're searching for a certain thing. I've already created content around that certain thing, and they're discovering my stuff for the first time. Like, this happens every single day, and that's no different with your music. New people need to be discovering you all the time, and in order to do that, you got to make yourself easily found. And there's so much out there. There's so much noise we got to cut through to get people to see what you're doing. And so definitely just make sure that all the resources aren't going to creating music. Just make sure that some a good bit of that is going towards the marketing, the business side of things as well. That's very, very important. So whatever that looks like for you, I would kind of take a step back, look at what would be a comfortable budget for you to spend like on a monthly basis, and then kind of look at it from there and say, okay, what could I do with that money? Like, what's the best use of that money? Is it creating another song, or is it going back into promoting and marketing the stuff I've already created? And another thing with that too is just the business side of things is another one of those things that you also have to invest time into, as far as like learning, like social media strategies. Like, how's that going? Like, how's your content performing on social media? Is there any way to make it better? Um, Organic traffic, like ways to get that, different ways to get that, or um, we discussed like reaching out to people and stuff like that. Like, you've already done a good bit of that. Um, but just looking at like you already know how pressed you are time wise, right?
Mhm.
Like time. I mean, you only, just like money, you only got but so much time. You only got but so much
Mhm.
money, you know? And what's the
Yeah.
best use of it? And like the business side of things takes up a lot of energy too, a lot of mental space, and you don't want to be so busy creating that you're not thinking about the business side of things. Like, where's this going? Am I building? Am I, what, based on what I've done so far, let me take a step back. Okay, now what's the landscape looking like? Am I getting results? Am I getting new fans? Am I getting more people on my mailing list? Like, whatever the main objective is that happening? Like, am I happy with the numbers am I seeing? If not, okay, how can I fix that? How can I improve upon that? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can
Mhm.
I share with you La Russell. Like, he's a good person to kind of look at. Russ is another one, the artist I was just referring to earlier. These are both independent artists that have made a lot of noise as independents. And so, like, listening to interviews of them talking about their come up, and like, you can pick up on a lot of game from hearing certain things they're talking about. Um, and one thing Russ said, I was listening to an interview earlier today. He got one of his first breaks was he got a music video on MTV, and the way he did it was he just spammed the hell out of the director for that show. He just kept on he just kept on blowing up his inbox like daily. and
That's crazy.
then he said the guy made a post about it. He's like, man, these people's crazy, man. They spamming my inbox. And then he said, he responded to back to that. He's like, oh, so you got time to make a post about my song, but you won't take the time to listen to it. But the guy ended up finally listening to it and really liked it, and featured his music video like on whatever the show was on MTV.
Wow.
that's that's a real life example of how it is out here in these streets. Like, it's a lot of noise we're trying to break through.
Yeah.
And sometimes it just takes that level of tenacity and to break through and like get through to people and stuff like that. But the just put it all, summarize it all, like the business side of things is like super super important to focus on that, and you definitely don't want all your finances going to just the creation side of things. So I would just look at the budget, say what's a reasonable budget for you per month that you can invest towards your music business side of things, and then look from that and say, okay, what's the best way to allocate those funds going towards making more music, or like promoting the music you've already made.
Mhm.
And maybe it's a combination of both, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what I would do. Cause bro, man, you a songwriting machine.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we went through the list already of like, I don't know, like 15, 17 songs or whatever. And your butt been writing more songs since then, you know?
Yeah.
So you are a songwriter, which is a beautiful thing. Like, that's, you want that. Um and so yeah, so just, like they put governors on cars so that we won't
Yeah.
blow the engines. We was talking about
Oh.
that recently, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, the same thing when it comes to this music stuff. It's like, just don't get so caught up in this budget A right here. It's like,
Yeah.
making music. And this is coming from me.
Mhm.
I'm obviously someone who's getting paid off making music. And I'm telling you, hey, you might need to pull back from paying me for these songs and stuff like that. Man, we
Yeah.
dial it back a little bit and put it towards more on the promotional side, which is
Yeah.
promoting your songs. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what I
That's
would do. But yeah, any questions about that? I know I kind of go off on these little tangents.
no, yeah, I was taking notes about it, but yeah, I think that's what I'll revisit the calendar and see what's feasible for me. Cause I like the one single a month. It seems doable, even though like for some reason my mind is like, yay, 20 sounds good. But I just think right now, if everything works well, if I'm able to go back to it, that idea and to entertain it, I will. But I think I need to be realistic in regards to like what's like you said feasible, and then plan accordingly. Cause I don't necessarily feel like that's a good, you know, um strategy in regards to how I'm moving now.
Mm-hmm.
Because also I was even thinking like even release schedule that might be a little bit too much to have to promote 2 songs a month.
Yeah.
So I just think like one single month sounds good. I feel like it's enough to get people like digesting the song enough. Too so and enough time to actually like put my energy into promoting it.
Right.
So
Right. I agree.
I just have to just be I guess in a sense intentional about like what exact songs I want to pick, and just making sure I'm just kind of like intentional about what picking which ones that I feel like best well not like please the people, but just like my best work and things like that,
Yeah.
and then go forward from there. But
Yeah. That's a really good point. Cause yeah, like 2 songs is only okay. You got say there's 4 weeks in a month. You got 2 weeks to promote a single.
yeah,
Think about back in the day. You know when we were kids and dinosaurs were still roaming the earth. Um, man, do you remember how long you would hear about like you would hear a single before the album dropped?
mm,
You remember that? Like you would hear, it's totally different now. Like Eminem be
yeah,
dropping albums just out of nowhere. Boom, there's an album. But that's Eminem. That's totally different than just a normal artist trying to build a fan base. That's one of the biggest artists there is. But you would hear singles being played on the radio for like weeks, man. Like maybe
mm,
a month before the album. Like the album's dropping soon. Like, oh yeah, I
yeah,
gotta check that out. Or like
uh-huh,
like
yeah,
movies. Remember movies? Like you see the commercials and you hear
yeah,
like people doing late night show appearances about how great the movie is. You got to check. Oh, let's see a clip. Like and they're promoting it. That's a really good point. Like 2 weeks. 2 weeks
yeah,
really isn't a whole lot of time to promote. And even after that month, you can still be promoting any single from your past as well. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it's not like you can only be promoting one song at a time. Like you
mm,
can go through. You could like I showed you that La Russell his social media thing, like how he's doing like live
yeah,
performances, and he's doing these are like songs that have been out, and like he'll create different content around songs he's already done. You know, um, and so you can always do that as well. Like you can just think of different ways to kind of like make content using your own songs. It's like using your own song as a soundtrack to your own content that you're making.
yeah,
To where some of it could be you rapping it live, like like you could take one of your videos and perform it live, um, and that's promoting the song. Or one day it'll be dope to be able to record, like get the actual good quality audio from the.
yeah,
We talked about that. That'd be cool.
yeah,
That'd take it to another level.
mm-hmm,
Um,
yeah,
or like maybe it's like I don't know. Maybe you get into this AI stuff and you figure out how to get AI to make you video clips, and you tell AI, hey, I need a video about a kid getting bullied. I want to make me a video this amount of time, like with under a minute, showing a kid getting bullied, and he's thinking about committing suicide or whatever, and that's the video.
mm,
And then you got your song playing in the background. Like one of your suicide prevention songs or something like that. Like that's another you're creating your own little content with your songs as a soundtrack. You know,
yeah,
like things like that. Like there's a lot of different ways that you can like repurpose your content. And anytime you're sharing anything, it's promoting it. You know, it don't always even have to be so blatant, like in your post, like not your post, but your video. Like,
mm,
hey, go listen to it. Like you could have that. Like,
yeah,
hey, this song is da 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 da. You can listen to it here, but it's just showcasing it in a piece of content.
yeah, it's good. I like that.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's a good idea, man. But yeah, promotion, but that's where the magic happens.
Yeah.
That's where the magic happens, man. And the cool thing about promotion is, even though you're not creating songs, when you think about promotion, you're still having to use that part of your brain, that creative part of your brain. That
Yeah, that's
I
true.
have a problem. How can I fix it? I need people to hear the song. How can I get people to hear the song? Hmm. You get to thinking about things, start playing around with a lot of different ideas, try different things out. Looking at the different platforms and you know, yeah, it's a big world out there. This internet
Yeah.
is a humongous world, and all you just need is just a little bitty piece of it. That's all you need,
Yeah.
just a little bitty piece of it.
Mm,
It can change your life,
mm.
just a little bitty piece.
That's
So
good.
yeah, well, good stuff, man.
That's it, that's you.
Let me see. Okay, so yeah, so have you had a chance to listen to the "I Won't Keep It to Myself" instrumental?
Not yet. No, I haven't got a
No
chance
problem,
to
no
around
problem,
because I had to work, but I'll definitely be checking it out.
no worries.
Definitely tomorrow morning since I get up early anyway, so that'll be one of my to dos to actually listen, get some write some notes, some feedback, and then come I don't know the next time we have a polish or a session. I don't think I book anything after today.
Yeah, I don't think
Um
so. Cause we got our studio session this
Studio
weekend.
session.
Let's see, studio session this weekend for Depression Is, and then the studio session the following Saturday on the 4th for I Am Enough as I Am, which is the new song that we
Yeah.
replaced right for today is that
Today,
song.
yeah, the polish, yeah.
Got you. Yeah. So
Dang, that's back to back to back. Shoot.
hmm
Right? I
yeah.
didn't even notice that when I was planning the schedule, but I think also because he had I think he wanted to do this one, but I wasn't sure because it's the holiday,
Yeah.
and I felt like we are doing it on the holiday. Um, like I know that was at the Mother's Day. I think he had
Yeah.
available, but I wasn't sure. I didn't feel comfortable. Like that'd be like bad that I'm in the studio than the holiday.
Yeah.
Um, you know.
Cause after that, there's like, so I Am
Yeah.
Enough as I Am is the only song we have in the studio on May.
For
And
May,
so
yes, and then we're doing subjunes and then figuring out if we're doing all three or two or just one. But
hmm
yeah, I think we could be talking about it in between now and then because I know I have to book another session anyways in between. Um, I'm not sure if it's the third week I have in the calendar, but of May because I know we have to at least have something in between so that we can polish another song for um June.
yeah, and think about this too. Um Also too, as far as what we talked about today. So
Yeah,
currently we have already one, two, three, four, 5 songs right now currently on the assembly line, as you call it. Well, one just got off the assembly line, meant for more.
so for yeah,
So we got 4 more
um,
songs as of today, including the song today.
to the
Oh, actually, let me double check.
yeah,
So
because yeah.
today is
From
I'm Enough as I Am. Yeah, yeah, including the one for today. Yeah,
PS4, yeah.
one, two. So we got Keep It to Myself. I will not commit suicide. I'm Enough as I Am, and Depression Is.
Yeah.
So, so we already got those songs already in the pipeline. So if you tweak the frequency of releasing the songs, then technically, let's say Keep It to Myself. I mean, we're at the end of April, so you'll be dropping that shortly, and then you got 4 more. Yeah, I mean, meant for more. I'm sorry, meant for more. And then you got one, two. Yeah, we got 4 more songs. So if you do one song a month, that's 4 months right there worth
That
of
makes sense,
songs.
yeah.
So keep that in mind. Like if you
Yeah.
need to pull back, because I know we was planning for two songs a month.
Yeah.
You got some songs to last you for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So if you need to pull back, you can pull back after whatever, like this song or whatever. Like you got enough on the assembly line already going on where you can just pull
to
back
do
if you
it.
need to, and that can
Yeah.
hold you for like a half a year maybe. You
Mm.
know.
Yeah, for at least yeah, which is
Hmm.
good because I actually like to have that. That's why my intention was to have things backed up because I don't want to feel like I always have to like be creating. But I like the fact that we work so fast that now that I'm actually turning around tracks more frequently and faster, I I'm able to actually get the stuff done quicker in the studio.
Yeah, yeah. We got a nice little workflow going on,
Yeah.
man. Very smooth. But yeah, no problem on the instrumental stuff. You listen to that, take your time with it. There's no rush on that. And then if we, I'm still working on the comping for um, I will not
Um,
commit suicide.
suicide.
So maybe
Yes. Okay.
maybe we can just have like a session, like a own the house session. You got to pay for it, where we just go over notes, for my comping and also the instrumental. We can just go over notes for
The
that.
instrumental. Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
In between now and then. Okay.
yeah. So you just once I get the comping done, I'll shoot that over to you. Take your time, listen to the instrumental. You can give me notes for both of them, and then we'll get us a session going on the house, and we'll just kind of go over any notes or whatever for the instrumental and the comping. Um. Oh yeah. While I'm thinking about it too. Um. So with the other songs that we're working on, are these songs that you're needing custom beats for, or are these songs that you'll just be leasing? Like I will not commit suicide since that's what I'm starting to comp now. Is that going to be a lease, or is that something you need a custom beat for?
Um, I need to sleep on it. Because I love the way the instrumental
That's a
is.
dope beat, bro.
Um,
I love that
it
beat.
is. Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like it's like what beats do I least? Which ones do I do
Yeah,
custom? You know what I mean?
that's another budget thing too. Like
So I don't know.
my take on that. You know, and I get your
Right.
position for it as well. Like as far as wanting to have more control over like getting music placements and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I get that too. Yeah, yeah. I,
It's tough. Yeah, it's like it's like yeah, cheaper to do beat leases, but then it's like let's say somebody wants to pick it up and be like, "Oh, this would be good for a movie." Then it's like, how do I do that when it's leased? It's like you never know the opportunities will come.
yeah,
Um,
that's something
it's tricky.
I would look further into that too, because
Yeah.
the thing is, like most producers, as long as their beats aren't using any samples that aren't cleared, meaning they're not using a track. Let's say they're not using like an Eminem sample or something or whatever in their beat. Then, as long as you can get in touch with that producer, it shouldn't be an issue as far as placements and stuff in movies go. I wouldn't think, because any producer out there that's making beats, they want their stuff in movies and commercials. Like they want their stuff to get placements. Like that's their dream, you know. And so like you remember
Mm.
Old Town Road, Lil Nas X.
Oh yeah.
That was a lease. Like you see how big that song got? Like, and then he got the exclusive for it. I think after I think he like got upgraded his license and got the exclusive for it. And also that instrumental is also using a sample from another song, and so
Mm-hmm.
they ended up having to clear that. And then it was a huge success, like in movies, commercials, like all over the place. So as long and that's actually a good example because not only was that a lease, it was actually using a sample that wasn't cleared. Because the way
Mm-hmm.
sample clearances work, is producers they don't get their own samples cleared on their beats. And the reason that is because you have to get samples cleared based on the song. So it makes no sense for them to clear a sample before the song has been made. Because let's say I'm a
Mm-hmm.
producer, I use a Christian artist's singing on my track, all right, on my beat, all right. If I go ahead and get at least a sample clearance for that, it's just for the instrumental. It's not for any song. So once you put lyrics, let's say your lyrics are talking about shooting and killing people, then that sample may not get cleared now over that song because they're like, no, I don't want my music being
Mm.
sampled on the song like that, and that's why most producers don't they can't get it. It makes no sense to get samples cleared before the song has been made because a lot of times it's dependent upon what the song is, you know.
Mhm.
And so,
Okay.
but with Old Town Road, that's an example of a song that freaking blew up like crazy, and that's another example too of how the music business works. A lot of people think that producer got screwed. Like, man, you sold the exclusive rights to the beat for like $300, and it was like, dang, that sucks, man. That song blew it that much, and that producer only got paid $300. It was $300 for the exclusive lease, like the exclusive lease to the instrumental. Not like he didn't sell him the ownership of the
Yeah.
beat for $300. Like,
Mm.
again, we talked about this before, but very few producers are going to do that because they're the ones that created it. Like, so typically what you do is you people are paying for the rights to use the instrumental that's been created.
Yeah.
So in that case, that dude that made that beat still was paid quite handsomely, and they worked out their agreement and their splits or whatever, and they both got paid tons of money, you
Yeah.
know. And so that's the relationship between the producer and the artist is they both benefit from each other. The artist needs the music, the producer needs the artist to rap over their music. And if that song gets placed on the radio or in a movie or a commercial, if there's an opportunity for that, they would be stupid not to be working with that artist to make sure that happens.
Mm.
Because I know
Yeah.
if I made a beat and a
Mm.
producer artist hit me up, hey man, Sony, they want to use this song that I wrote using your instrumental, and I just got your basic lease. Can we work something out? I'm like, hell yeah, let's work it out. Like, let's figure this thing out, and we'll knock it out. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd look further into that as far as like just do a little bit more research on that because I just don't see unless like I said unless there's a sample clearance issue.
Yeah.
I don't see why the producer would be holding it up unless it's just they're horrible at business and they don't respond and that type of stuff.
Mm.
But as long as
Yeah.
it's that's normal. That's normal for a producer and artist to have to work together to come to an agreement for things to get placed because they're both getting paid.
Yeah.
Even if it's one of the beats that I made exclusively, I still deserve my cut of it as well. So it's still the same similar thing. You know what I'm saying? Where you got two people who are both partnered on this song together.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
So
Yeah. That makes sense though. That's
yeah.
good. Yeah.
So that's another way to save on that budget we talking about.
Yeah.
If the beat, if you already like the beat, I can understand that like the beat's okay, but I kind of want something a little better or something like that. There's those situations where like I cannot find a beat for what I
Yeah.
want. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like then from there, like okay, maybe a custom beat is the route to go. But for like that suicide prevention track, that beat's freaking fire, bro. like
Yeah.
like it's so perfect. I feel like for that type of track.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. Yeah. I might just lease it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would look further into like the licensing thing, like Chat GPT it if you need to,
Yeah. Oh,
like.
just in case. Okay.
But I don't see
Yeah.
why that would be an issue unless there's like a sample issue again, like if there's some type of uncleared sample, and you could just hit up producers, but maybe that could be a precautionary measure, like hey look, hit up the producer before you pay for the lease
Yeah.
and say look I down the line if I were to get a placement, will we run into any issues? Like, could we work that out?
Mm.
Um, is there any samples in here that are uncleared? Like, you could ask those type of questions. Those are like legitimate questions
Yeah.
that are very important because that sample clearance thing is a very, very, very important question to ask because that right there in and of itself can keep you from getting a placement. That's a big one.
Okay. That's I see my homework. And yeah.
Because if you could just lease a beat, man, that's saving you a lot of money right there.
Okay. I'll add that to my homeworks.
I'm
Okay.
like, yeah. I'm like, at least the beat, I don't know, $50, $100, whatever for the stems. You could put the
And then
rest
you
of
could
that
just
money you
save
would
it.
pay for a custom
Yeah.
beat to promoting the song. You know, that's
Yeah.
where my mind's at. Like, put some
Yeah.
juice behind that thing. You know what I'm saying? Save you a little
Yeah.
dollars and put some juice behind it. You know,
Yeah. Because I know I think that thing is gonna fly. I know it will.
dude, that song right there is gonna. That song's
Yeah.
a banger, bro.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's a different type. I've never heard a banger like telling people not to commit suicide. That's
Yeah.
gonna be a banger, bro. They're like,
Yeah. I'm
wait,
excited
like
to
this is hype, but
check
it's
that
telling
out.
me like not to kill myself. Like
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
with suicide, here's what I think is brilliant about it. Suicide is a
Mm.
dark topic, and it's a dark sounding. That's what that type of that suicide,
Mm-hmm.
and it's over a Suicide Boys type of instrumental.
I
And, you
know.
know,
That's crazy to me.
I love it.
Right?
Yeah,
That's great. That's wild. I was like,
that's
damn, this
kind
beat
of
is
deep if you
fire.
think about it, man. It's like it's over a Suicide Boys type instrumental and it's
Yeah.
suicide prevention. Like I'm telling you, don't
Yeah.
kill
It's just
yourself
like
over a
alignment.
Suicide Boys beat.
Yeah. It's crazy.
If
Just
that ain't like
alignment.
shining the light in the dark, I don't know what is.
Yeah. That's why I'm just like, man. Then I'm thinking like, then that should that be like my single for May?
I don't. All I know is that's definitely a single, bro. Like I
Yeah.
don't
I
know
don't
when
know,
you're
cause
dropping it, but
yeah,
that's
like,
that's a banger, bro.
sheesh. It's like options are plenty now that I have that song and then I have to keep it to myself.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Which is also self-reflective 98. And then they said that July is another wait, no, May, June is another mental health thing too, a month
yeah.
as well. So I'm like, I gotta figure out my release schedule and how that would look as far as like what singles to drop. Because I have the other song that was already done. I've
Oh
been
yeah.
dying to get that out
Oh, I forgot about that one.
because I already
Yeah,
have,
yeah,
yeah, because I already have the lyric video and everything been done since last year.
yeah.
And everything like that. And I had the visualizer, I got the artworks already done. So I'm like, I've been like quartering that song for a good year now. I'm like, I'm dying to get that out too. So,
Yeah,
on time though, because I could
yeah.
just honestly just release it whenever, to be honest, because it's already good to go.
Well, that's the
Um,
truth about like when it comes to releases. I've heard a lot of artists talk about that. They're like, when should I release something? There's really
yeah,
like no quote unquote perfect time to
yeah,
release, especially as a newer artist, because whenever you release it, you still got to build awareness around it. It's like one
yeah, it's true.
thing if
Yeah,
like you already got a fan base, like okay, when should I drop it? Then you're
yeah,
kind of getting into like let's say you're putting on a fighting event. Well, before you put on your fighting event, check out what other fighting events are going down around that same time because you don't want
mm,
your fighting event to go to down the night. Mike Tyson gonna be fighting Jake Paul. You know what I'm
I
saying?
got
Because
you. Yeah,
now you're competing against that, and
yeah,
that's why they say like for certain, this is back when people were just dropping albums all the time. They were like one of the
yeah,
best times for newer artists to drop an album is like around New Year's and like January, February, because it's kind of like a down time
yeah,
in
done.
the market because it's like there's not a lot of new music coming out. Everybody's broke from Christmas and fat, and they're trying to lose weight and cut back spending and stuff. Like they're getting a lot more
True.
conservative financially because Santa Claus cost a lot of money. Um, and so traditionally they always will say that's a good time to drop something, but in today's climate, it's like stuff's dropping every single day.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. Yeah.
Like there's no going back full circle to earlier in our
Mm-hmm.
conversation. There's no like months lead up to an album dropping. Typically, it's
Yeah.
like it just drops,
Just
like
drops it. Yeah.
and then things get pushed and promoted and stuff beyond it, and the news, the blogs or whatever pick it up and start talking about it or whatnot. But yeah, I say, man, you just drop it whenever you want to drop it, bro. I don't think it really
Yeah.
matters. Like
Okay.
you may be like, man, I got these festivals coming up and I want to make sure I'm performing this at this venue or whatever. Like
Yeah.
I might go ahead and just drop it,
Drop it. Yeah.
because that's gonna rock the crowd. That Suicide one's gonna rock a lot of. That's a crowd rocker right there, man.
Yeah. I'm excited to get that one out there.
Oh, I can already see you
Yeah.
just dripping in sweat. I
Mhm.
will not commit suicide. You know, that's gonna be hype, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that might be one of the hypest ones yet. I don't know.
Yeah,
You
as far as
got a
my tracks,
few,
yeah,
but
all my tracks, yeah. I
yeah,
wanted, yeah, to like change it up a bit, and then the next song we're working on, it's more like a feel good song. So I want to like change it up because I know like a lot of my stuff was heavy, heavy.
yeah.
So I want to like change it up with like some lighter songs
Oh, that's
and
cool.
show my versatility a bit, like especially because I'm doing a 15-minute set and um on a venue out here. I just want to like give them something special. Like that's one song I want to I will perform that song too. Like meant for more. I definitely, because now that we're working on this, I'll definitely be done by before June for sure. But I'm thinking of performing that. I will perform and then figuring out like what songs and how to like transition. But we'll talk about that like prior to the show, so I can get my rehearsal
Yeah,
for that, because I know that's gonna be cool to do like a 15-minute set.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to have some fun with that show mix too. Like really,
Yeah, do something cool, different. Yeah.
just having a show mix already makes
Interesting.
what you're doing more memorable than just a person on there
Yeah.
say play track 2, now
Yeah,
play
that's
track
true.
3.
Yeah.
Like we ain't got you out here
Yeah.
doing none of that. It's just like just play it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And people be like, wait a minute, I didn't even know, like, you know what I mean?
Did
People
he
be
come in here
like,
with a DJ? Like
yeah.
you got these bombs. You know, like, all, them bombs make it hit different too. You know, like on
Yeah.
cue.
Yeah. Man, I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
We'll hook it up for that
Uh,
15-minute show mix, man. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we can have some fun. I like doing that too because I do get to kind of play the role of a DJ, but like in the studio sessions setting,
oh
like
yeah.
creating it. But I think I told this, but I've done like whole shows before. I did a 45-minute one time. So like the whole event, it's like 5 or 6 artists. I did a show mix for the whole thing. So like the whole thing is just one track being played the whole time, and like now welcome to the stage, like bringing people on stage, and I got some music playing to give them time to walk up and stuff like that. And then like I got
That's
break
dope.
drops in between their songs and stuff, like taking clips from like movies and stuff like that. Just
That's dope.
make it fun. Give them
Yeah, that's dope.
give them a different experience.
Yeah. I was actually thinking, something I was thinking in between, as far as like the one we're working on this weekend, about I was thinking of like doing a little intro for the song before I lead into it.
Okay, for I am enough as I am.
No, the depression is.
Oh, the
I
depression
know we're
is. I got
backtracked,
you.
but just because, but I haven't, to be honest, I haven't written anything, but I don't know if I might do something like improv
Go for
and
it.
think of
Yeah.
something in between, because I feel like, I don't know, I might set the stage a little bit. Maybe like get more people more like into it, like maybe like depression feels like XYZ, not getting out of bed, or just something like to just set the mood a little bit. I don't know.
I like that. Yeah.
Just thinking out loud. But yeah, I'm gonna write that down to work on the intro. Even if it's like, short intro for the song, then to lead up is and like I don't want it to be like super like perfect and stuff like that, so I was like, it has to be like dialed out, but just like even like a gist of like one or two sentences that I'd be like, oh wow,
Yeah.
you know what I
Or
mean, and then leads into it.
so with the title being called depression is like I don't remember all the lyrics and stuff, so you
Yeah.
refresh my memory. Within the verses, is the angle that you're writing from talking
Yeah.
about what depression is in the verses?
Well, yeah, in a sense, yeah.
So if you are doing that, then maybe the
It's not a
intro, instead of defining what depression is,
yeah.
because then it really doesn't give anywhere else for the song to go after. Then it's kind of
Okay.
expounding upon what you already clarified at the beginning.
Yeah.
Maybe the angle in the beginning is a lot of people don't know what depression is because you can't see it, you can't da da
Yeah.
da, like, but leave it kind of open ended, like I haven't defined what it actually is, like
Yeah.
it's like this invisible thing that you can't see. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that you
Yeah.
can always, you think someone is just totally fine, but you never know what they're going through on the inside. You know, depression, it can be elusive, or something. I don't know. It could be something like
Yeah.
it could be vague, or it could be cryptic, or or somewhat illuminating, but not like giving them too much too soon. If you that way it kind of gives you
Yeah.
room to
Okay.
don't make too many of the
Yeah.
points or whatever that you may be making your verses or something like that.
Yes. Yeah, because it's more like a general song. It's not really getting into like super. It kind of in the same thing like "Don't Keep It to Myself." It's not telling me people about what exact vice is, but it's
Yeah,
alluding to some struggle of not keeping it something to myself because I wanna it to be more open ended in that regard.
yeah, but yeah, play around with
Yeah,
that, man. I think that's a good concept.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. We can do something cool with that. Yeah,
You
I'm
know, I'm a
gonna set the
fan of
stage a little bit
intros, man.
more.
I ain't afraid of us creating some intros. I'll even
Yeah,
jump
no,
on
it's
one if
cool.
I need to.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like that. I'm just thinking out loud because I'm like, oh, because I thought about it the other day. Like, it would be cool to add something to it because I feel like not I'm not I feel like the song needed maybe something a little extra but didn't know what exactly because
Yeah,
yeah I want to make it more memorable, but yeah, I'm excited to work on both songs actually
yeah,
and
yeah,
get
for
it.
sure.
Yeah,
But yeah, bro, you feel free to write something up or improv it or whatever. We can do some takes,
yeah,
you know, during our session. Um, let me just make a note of that in our doc.
yeah.
That way, when I see it, when I'm doing my lyric police, you know, but I'm making sure all of our
Oh
lyrics are
yeah, I
good.
changed a couple of things in the beginning too, so I have to rehearse it too. Um, I'm gonna rehearse it so I don't forget it.
Yeah. Well, the song is just always kind of evolving.
Yeah, I think so, and I mean, I don't want to say perfectionist because I don't want to. I'm tired of using that word, but I don't know. I feel like my songs like I feel like it's like I don't know when I push the pen to the point where like, oh, this is my best song yet, or it's like, oh, I could have done better.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, that's always the thing for me, like, I'm like, "Oh, could I have said it better?" or XYZ, like, I'm in my head about it,
Right. Yeah, I
instead of,
get it.
like, letting the song live and letting people judge for what it is, and then me just working on my next one.
Yeah,
Because I really know I'm always getting better in that regard of, like, because 'cause I'm always doing it. I mean, not as much as I'd
exactly.
like, even though I'm turning around demos, but I'm not really writing a lot.
Yeah.
Um, but it's a different season I'm in. I'm in more of a recording season, so it fluctuates depending on what season I'm in. Like even a couple years ago, my goal was I think it was like 100, 200 songs to write, and I did that, and it was a big goal, ambitious, and I accomplished it. But again, that was my season of
Yeah.
just straight writing. Now I'm more into like now I'm like actually have all this catalog now then I'm like, "Oh my god, what do I do with this? I have so much material now that I'm actually starting to go back and revisit some of my old stuff and like, okay, this is cool. This is a good idea."
Yeah.
And actually demoing it,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. That's a good yeah, I think that's just a internal struggle we all have as artists. Like, is it good enough?
Yeah.
And then it's like,
What it
well,
is.
what's the metric for that? Like, cause
Yeah.
is it good enough for you or is it good enough for other people? And then even with that, like, I mean, how many? I'll give you an example. Crocs, the shoes, Crocs. It's a very divisive piece of fashion. There's some people who love Crocs. There's some people who would not be caught dead wearing Crocs. You know what I'm saying? They're like, it looks like recyclable shoes, you know, like my wife's one, she hates Crocs, but her aunt loves them. Like she bought some Crocs for like $200 or something crazy like that, like some Post Malone Crocs or something. I don't know, but you know, if I was designing shoes, I probably wouldn't come out with no Crocs. But people love Crocs. Some people hate Crocs.
Yeah.
So imagine us when we're creating things like, oh, are they gonna like it or not? How do we know? You know what I'm saying? Now,
Yeah.
all we can really do is say, do we like it or not? And I really feel
Yeah.
like that's kind of the most important thing is to hopefully put out things that you're proud of and say, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm proud of myself for this. I'm happy with where it's at. Yeah, there's always room for improvement, for sure.
Mm.
Like, Like my YouTube videos, man, you can go back look at my first video compare it to my last one. Like you can see a huge jump in like quality. You know, the whole time I've been giving it my best though. Like even my first video, I didn't even know, I didn't even think to create visuals. I didn't have my graphs that I've created and designed over the years and stuff. Like I didn't know how you're supposed to teach rap. It's my first video. I don't know this like how you supposed to do this. You know, I learned from my audience. Like they kept asking questions like, "Oh, I need to cover that. Oh, I should go into that too. I didn't think about that. Yeah, let me cover that too." You know,
Mm.
and I'm just always
Yeah.
doing my best with it. You know, and that's really I think what we owe to ourselves is just to give everything our best effort. It goes back to have I shared with you the four agreements?
Oh
Or
yeah, yeah.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's one of them is just
Mm.
like to avoid self judgment and stuff. It's just always do your best. You know, always do your best, and just that's your way of kind of avoiding any type of negative self talk or like being negative to yourself about things like, hey, I did my
Mm.
best. Is it perfect? No. Can I get better?
Yeah.
Of course. Everybody does. Everybody's if the
Yeah.
more they do something, the better they get at it. And so we
That's
have to give
real.
ourselves permission to grow and give ourselves
Yeah.
room to grow and say, look, when I'm coming into this song, I'm bringing all the skills that I have into this song. All right. I don't need to improve any further to put this song out. I'm using everything I currently have, and as I keep working, I'm gonna keep getting better as a
Yeah.
result of it. Like think about all the 200 songs you just talked about writing. Like that made you better. I guarantee you improved in that time of writing that many songs. Like there's
Yeah.
things you just learned from doing, and now you're going into this song, your next song with all that experience versus everything you did after that. You know,
Yeah. It's
last
real.
studio session, man, we recorded a whole song in 2 hours and 30 minutes. Like that's a record, I think. You know,
Yeah. I was
and
surprised.
there were like very few parts that we got. I don't think we really, well, actually we didn't really get hung up on any parts. I was just like getting different flavors from you. You know, or we would approach the recording in a different way. Like let's punch in these lines so we get the tails on all these words and stuff like that. It was very smooth, like boom, 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 boom. You
Yeah.
know, and like even our workflow, like something we had to figure out as far as what's the smoothest way for us to work and stuff like that. And you get that figured out, and boom. But we didn't get there, you know, until we worked on our first song. Like, oh god, this is a disaster, man. I'm getting these Pro
Mm.
Tools sessions. I'm like, man, this
Mm.
is yeah. We probably shouldn't go back to that guy. Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
that ain't
It's
working.
crazy.
Your vocal got cut off in this one part. That's unacceptable. Like, that's not what we need. Like, this is not good.
Yeah.
You know. So we learn from it. So yeah, just doing your best is and leaving it there. Say, I didn't. You know, in your heart when you really tried your best. You know,
Mm.
and you just gotta be okay with that. Say, okay, I did my
Mm.
best with this. Is it perfect? What is that? What's perfect
Yeah.
to you today will change a month from now because you'll get better.
Mm.
And then
Yeah.
what you did in the past is no longer perfect. The I think I shared this with you before, but the guy that mixed "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls" TLC said if he could go back, he would want to remix that song. He's the guy that mixed it, which is crazy. Like to think about a song that classic in our heads, it's like that song's perfect. But he's gotten even better as a mixing engineer since then. That's a long time ago. That's a
Mm.
lot of mixes later. And to us that's preposterous. Like what the hell's wrong with you, bro? Like don't touch that, leave it alone. And he's like, but I'm even better now. And he is. I guarantee you he's better now. But it still doesn't make that song worse.
Mm.
Like think about how many think
Mm.
about, man, one of my favorite genres of music, soul music. Man, soul music.
Mm.
Going back into the 60s, 70s, like
Yeah.
that music has lots of imperfections in it. Like the mixes be kind of crazy. Like sometimes the vocals or a string gets way too loud. You know, like you know that song "In the Night Is Gone." Oh, I won't be "Stand by Me." "Stand by Me." That song right
Mm.
there. It has a part where the strings just get way loud, like out of nowhere, just crazy loud. Now you be like, man, that's a bad mixing mistake. But it's a classic song. It's a
Mm.
classic. Like, you know, like leave it alone. Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, like there's songs, there's plenty of rap songs I can play where I can point out imperfections. Tupac songs where somebody runs out of breath, they don't say the full word, things that you and I will be fixing in the studio,
Yeah.
but they're like even pressed for time even more than we are, you know.
Yeah.
And they're like, we got to drop these many songs, and this like they're trying to drop 3 songs in the time we're dropping one song, you know. Like
Yeah.
they're doing that type of stuff, and it's like just let it be, let it be.
Yeah.
But yeah, all we can do is our best within our means, and like just be okay with that, you know.
Yeah.
That's all we can do, and then you. That's really how we learn. We just complete stuff, and now we work on the next thing.
Yeah.
And just because something has imperfections in it does not mean it's not good.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like there's times we'll be talking before, like on a song, and I'm like when you'll be click, you'll the more you listen to something, you'll be able to pick up things about it. The more you listen to it, oh, there's a little bit of a plosive here, like kind of make a mouth noise
Yeah.
there, like those things. While we want to fix them if we notice them, we do want to fix it like 100%. I fix those things when I don't leave stuff in there like that if I don't notice it. But it's still very probable that things pass me by that I don't notice. And so if I miss those things, it doesn't mean the song is ruined and it's bad. It's just
Yeah.
that thing was not that big of a deal when I was working on it. I was focusing on bigger picture stuff that mattered more. You
Yeah.
know, I was focusing on getting that reverb to sound perfect on the hook and to get the delays just right to like fill the space in and like bringing the instruments out more to make it more impactful and emotional on the hook and stuff like that. And so
Yeah.
a little does not even matter in the grand scheme of things,
Mm.
you know? So it'll be stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
the bigger pictures, like nobody even notices, you know? But when you sit there and listen to a song over and over and over and over and over and over and over, you're listening to it in a way that no one else is listening to it.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, when we're writing a song, we've spent so much more time with that song than most people ever will.
Yeah.
They're going to listen to that song once, maybe. If they really
Yeah.
love it, they'll come back and listen to it some more, but they're not going to listen to that same. What songs do you just keep playing over and over and over again? Or not even that, you replay certain sections of a song over. No one does that. Like, I'm going to play just that piece of a song and I'm going to listen to it 30 times.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
no one
true.
does
Yeah.
that. But I do that all the time when I'm mixing. That's how we work. Like,
Yeah.
we loop sections and we work on those sections and we get those sections quote unquote perfect as possible.
Yeah.
And then we move on to the next part, you know? So, and the thing we lose when you spend a lot of time on something is you lose perspective. You can't help it.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Like you get so used to how something sounds. Sometimes you want to change things because you've heard it too much and you want to make it new again. Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Me too, bro. Like,
Yep. I did the same thing with this demo. I done did like 2, 3 demos of the same song, changed the lyrics 10 times. I still might change it before the studio.
just to make it new one more time. Just need to make it new
And then I
one
have
more
to
time.
remember the new lyrics. I'm like,
Yeah.
Lord, I don't know. I do that to myself.
Yeah, I trust me. I speak
Lord.
from experience as well, bro. I know exactly what you mean.
Uh,
And so, like, with knowing that, I just know I only have so much time I can spend on something before it starts losing that newness.
yeah.
You know, and that's why it's good to try to be efficient as possible too. Like,
Mm.
try to be as quick as possible working on things.
Yeah.
Don't try not to overthink things too much. Over obsess
Yeah.
over details that really don't matter. Try to get in and out as quickly as possible. Um, and usually the better work we do when we're like that. You know, when we get stuck or we just get so fixated on like just over being overly analytical. A lot of times our art suffers because of that.
Yeah.
You know, so there's this balance to it, man. We want to do our best within
Yeah.
the means and the times that we have, but also give ourselves permission to grow. You know,
Mm.
because there's that imposter syndrome. We're so afraid of people finding out we're not as good. We're not as good as we want them to think we are. You
Yeah.
know.
Everybody has an opinion, and I just noticed that I'm like, you know what? Half of the people that really are, or that have opinions, they don't even have no musical talent,
Yeah. Oh
to
yeah.
be honest. So it's just
Yeah. That's a
sometimes
good.
I just have to like Okay, that's cool. You know, and not to because I'm again, you know, I'm emotional about my ish, like
Yeah,
Erica Badu says.
yeah,
So I feel that. So yeah, it's just like okay, cool.
yeah,
Next, you know what I
exactly,
mean? I'm gonna keep writing songs, keep putting out music, and that's not gonna stop. That will not stop me
exactly.
from putting
All
out
that
music.
all that really matters is how you feel about your music.
Yeah,
It never was for everybody.
yeah,
Never will be, never was, never gonna be.
mhm,
No artist
yeah,
is. You know,
yeah,
the moment you start rapping on the track, automatically it's not for everybody. You know,
yeah. That's true.
the moment you start rapping, not everybody likes rap music. You know,
Yeah, that's
the
true. Yeah.
moment you ain't talking about killing and murdering people, it ain't for
Mhm.
everybody.
Yeah.
Some people think that's lame. Oh, you lame because you trying to be positive. Turn that crap off. There's
Mm,
people like that. You know, and yeah, it's never gonna be for everybody, and it never was meant to be. You know, because your music is true to who you are. Just like
mm,
everybody ain't for you. You don't want to hang around every type of person. I guarantee you, there's plenty of people that come to mind when you think about people you do not want to be around. You know, keep me away from that person. I don't want them nowhere near me. You know, so we ain't for everybody, and everybody's not for us,
mm,
and that's totally okay. And all that matters is how you feel about your music. If you love what you're putting out, that's all that matters. And there will be plenty of other people who love it as well. You know, we get so man. That is like chasing the wind, trying
mm,
to capture the wind in the bottle. It's impossible. Can't please
mm.
everybody. Cannot.
Yeah.
You cannot. You know, and you will be the most bland, fake thing out there if you try to do that. You know, you won't have no opinions on anything. You won't take no stances. You will stand for nothing. You'll be a chameleon. You'll just be whoever you need to be for whomever you're in front of at that moment. And
Mm.
you'll just conform. I'm around a gangster. What's up? What's up? What's happening with you? Shit, I can't call it. Then you get around somebody from some hi, how's it going? Yeah, absolutely. You're just like somebody different around everybody. You know,
Yeah.
just being
Uh,
fake. You know.
yeah, that's true. I like that. That's a good segue for the song because it's basically about like just being enough as I am and not worrying about like having to like, you know, be, you know what I mean, anything else, but
Yeah,
loving the way I am under my own skin. Like
absolutely.
that self love type of
Yeah,
vibes.
it's empowering too because once you get there, you can finally liberate yourself from trying so desperately to get the approval of
Mm,
everybody else. Once you approve of yourself, you know, you no longer need everyone else to be telling you how
mm-hmm,
awesome or good you are or um like one example I've used a lot in the past was how I don't let negative comments get to me too
yeah.
much, and I also don't let positive comments get to me too much. When somebody hits me up and they're gassing me up about how amazing I am and stuff, I don't it don't move me. Actually, it kind of triggers me, to be honest with you. Like when
Mm,
someone hits me up and they're like, "Bro, you're amazing. I've been listening to all your stuff and you're the best this and best that." I'm like I'm just waiting for the curveball. I'm just waiting for because that's a manipulation. That's like one of the easiest manipulation tactics is what do they call it? Flattery. Flattery is like one of the most common techniques to manipulate anybody. Oh, you're like men do it with women. You're so beautiful. You're so pretty. Oh, really? So they need that? Oh, really? You think so? Got them. You know what I'm saying? Like, got them. But if that girl knows she's beautiful, she don't need to hear
mm,
that.
mm,
Like, yeah, that's like telling me it's sunny outside. Like, thank you for the compliment, but it doesn't move me. I didn't need it. You know, I'm not you
mm,
didn't fill a hole that needed to be filled
mm,
by you saying that.
mm,
I'm already
mm,
stable in who I am. You know,
mm,
same thing with artistry. I know I'm a dope artist. I've already gotten plenty of validation throughout the years that I'm a good artist. And I'm gonna focus on just being myself. And it ain't for
mm,
everybody. I don't need everybody's approval to know I'm good at what I do. You know, it ain't for everybody. I ain't trying to please everybody. And that in and of itself is a very attractive trait because anybody who's real picks up on that. Especially like people in the street and stuff like that. Like a lot of people in the street, they really appreciate not everybody, but real authenticity. People can sense when you're being authentic. And like we could be totally different worlds. But when they see that you're not trying to fake around them, or you're not trying to pander to them, and you're just being yourself, they respect that. You know,
Mm.
and if that's what makes the world such an interesting and cool place. Like when people are just themselves, man, stereotypes don't work so well anymore. You know, like dude, I can't tell you how many black dudes I know that listen to country music and love it. And you would think, well, black people don't listen to music. Oh, yes, they do. Actually, man, you ever heard of Darius Rucker? You ever heard of that name?
No.
Black dude sings country music. Amazing. Like this dude will give you chills when you listen to him. Holy crap. Like that dude, he was in the group Hootie and the Blowfish. But he also does country music. That dude can freaking blow, man. Like, whoo. But yeah, like like stereotypes don't work so well when people are just being themselves because we don't just fit in these little neat little boxes. You know, if you're this, then that means that. It don't work that way. Individuals are way more interesting than that. They're way more complex and nuanced. You know, but but yeah, it's funny like that. Like I've met plenty of people like you would think, oh, they probably listen to this type of music and they're into this, and they're like, they totally opposite, just totally opposite, you know.
Yeah,
And I love that, like when opposed to like someone being like that, opposed to someone just trying to fake and act like they're into stuff they're not really into.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Screw that, man. Like the quote I love is, "I'd rather be disliked for who I am than liked for who I am not." I love that quote, and that's a great segue into your song.
Mm.
Back into your song. Oh man. Let me all right, so I got the lyrics. Now I haven't got the demo for this one yet. I got the Google Doc for this one.
Oh, I didn't go through to you. Oh no, I hope I didn't leave it in draft. Oh,
Yeah, I got the document, but I haven't gotten like an audio file. Let's see.
let me go to which visions email. Okay, so I'm doing a draft email. Song for session. Oh, it was in drafts, I think.
Oh, okay. No problem. While you doing that, I'm gonna grab this instrumental.
So that beat is fire.
Oh, I'm about to check it out.
I was like, man. I use that website too.
You said what?
It's cool. No, I use that website too
Oh.
to download to get into like I think it was MP3
Oh yeah. Yeah, this
for
is
me
part of
to
my
link. Yeah,
toolkit.
that's like an easy.
I got this one. I got a few more I use if I need to. If this one ain't working right, there we go. Yeah, that's an essential tool right there.
Yeah, for sure. Cause it's like I think, and then I just drag it in.
Yeah, I'm about to use my little DJ software to go ahead and figure out the tempo and the key of the song real quick. There we go. Bam. All right, F minor 98 beats per minute. F minor 98 beats per minute. And this is I Am Enough as I Am. Check, check, check. Okay. And F monitor, 98 beats per minute. 98. Damn. Going to line this bad boy. Oh. All right, it's one of the faster instrumentals that you've used so far. I like this. Right. You know, I think what you may have just. Oh no. My bad. I had to refresh. I thought that was just the instrumental. Well, that was the instrumental I drug in. My little file explorer hadn't updated your demo that I downloaded. All right, let me just line these bad boys up now. Find the snare. Actually, really close.
Just as I am, I am not just as I am. I'm not just as I am. I am still following God's plan. I am enough just as I am, and care less. Just as I am enough, just as I am enough, just as I am. I'm enough, just as I am, and care less if you understand. I am enough, just as I am.
Something happened there when you're recording with the instrumental jumped or something.
I am, and care less if you understand. I am.
So yeah, what we don't have to get into the weeds about that. What causes that jump is like, so you got the instrumental. Now, do you have a separate track you're recording your vocal onto? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's picking up the instrumental playing while you're recording, basically. I got you. So let me see. So I'm trying to why does it jump right here for an example? Let me play it.
And care less if you understand. I am enough, yes as I am, and I'm still following God's plan. I am enough, yes as I am in God's plan. I am enough, yes as I am.
Right there, it jumps right here.
I am enough, yes as I am, and care less if you understand.
Yeah, so that's what it is. So you added the vocal. So it's like a punch in, basically. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. I got you.
God's plan. I am enough, just as I am.
Yeah, I get what you're doing. So you basically, when you're recording it, you're not necessarily recording with the beat loaded up in GarageBand, and then you're recording your vocal over that instrumental. It's just like you're just recording yourself rapping over the beat live, basically. Okay. I get so I'm still confused why it jumps like that. Because let's say you punched in, right? Let's say you mess up. If you play it back, the beat still stays in the same spot as it was originally in GarageBand. You're just re-recording your vocal again, right? Because you have the beat on its separate track, and then you're recording your vocal on another track, right? So I still don't understand why it's jumping like that. Because usually the beat would just stay where it's at because it's not moving, it's not going anywhere. In this case, the whole thing jumps, like it's like a whole edit to everything. It seems like right here.
Yes, I am, and care less if I am, and care less if you understand.
Yeah, I don't know because I got it lined up to my instrumental. This is where it gets tricky. Like when I'm doing what I'm doing with timing, if it gets off, it knocks it off of where it's supposed to be on the instrumental. Then I had to like cut and readjust it to make it all sync correctly. Like listen to how it sounds perfectly in sync right here.
I am enough, yes as I am, and care less if
Now it's
you
off.
understand.
Hear that?
I am enough, yes as I am, and I'm still following God's plan.
So it's like the beat got cut and moved as well. That's what it sounds like. Because if not, the beat will stay the same, be in the same exact spot. It's not a big deal. I just wanted to point it out to you. It's just yeah. See if you can figure out a way to fix that, because then it'll just be less work I gotta do on my end when I'm editing this stuff. Let's see.
I am, and care less if,
Then right there.
and care less, and care less, and care less if you understand, and care less if you understand.
There we go.
I am enough, yes as I am, and I'm still following God's plan. I am enough, yes as I am.
I'm gonna go ahead and just get our song structure down real quick. See. Oh yeah. One second, Rich. 1 second. What's up, Shouty? Yes, man. What's going on? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Cool. Well, sorry you gotta go back. That's no problem. I got you. Well, you drive safe, Shouty. All right. I love you. Bye. Check. All right, I'm back. All right, you can still hear me, right, Rich? Okay. All right, let me just get this.
Yo, I
am. Okay.
I am enough, yes as I am. I am still following God's plan. I am enough, yes as I am, and care less of you. Yo, I am enough, yes as I am. I am still following God's plan. I am enough, yes as I am, and care less if you understand. I am enough, yes as I am, and I'm still following. I'm a hypocrite, but I am enough. When posters when you're not looking, I dispose them like Dorothy. I click my feet 3 times like a B1 year by myself. Now in my wrist, all standing by fight. To my own mental health, to be to someone else. All the keys to my own calling man to serve standing by fight. For my calling man, all standing by fight. For my calling nights, either send my dog trick, I played that so many nights. Either send like a biggie album, I was ready to die like a dog. I'm a hypocrite, but I am enough. When posters when you're not looking, I dispose them like Dorothy. I click my feet 3 times like a biggie album. I was for me, man.
Yeah, that's where it gets off right here. Let's see.
I'm a hypocrite. I'm a hypocrite. I'm a hypocrite, but I am enough. hypocrite. But I am enough. But I am a hypocrite. But I am enough hypocrite. But I am enough from posters when you're not looking. I dispose them like authority. I clean times album outwards. Album outwards. Album outwards. Album outwards. Album outwards. Album out. Album out. Outwards. Ready to die.
Here we go.
Was ready to die like a dog trick. I played that so many nights for me, man. I'm a hip for me, man. For me, man. I'm a hypocrite, but I am enough from posters when you're not lost. Standing up, all the key to my own mental health. To be honest, I'm being everyone. Yep, now it's time to flaws and all. I sweat in the trench joke, but that's ain't no matter what the insecurity did. But look at me, I just keep standing and I choose to believe that. And I choose to believe that. Call me a joke, but that's where it's gonna end. No matter what the insecurity did. But look at me, I just keep standing and I choose to believe that. And I choose to believe that. They call me a joke, but that's where it's gonna end. No matter what the insecurity did, but look at me, I just keep standing and I choose to believe that. Worth in the trends, they call me a joke, but that's where it's gonna end. No matter what the insecurity did, but look at me, I just keep standing and I choose to believe that. And I choose to believe that. I would never let my crown slip. I would never ever slip my wrist. I would never let my crown slip. I would never ever forfeit, cause I am enough yet as I am.
Now this part right here, do you consider this still the verse, or is this like a pre-hook? This part right here. Okay, got you. Then we got this part.
Call me a joke, but that's where it's gonna end. No matter what the insecurity did, but look at me, I just keep standing and I choose to believe that. And I choose to believe that.
Yeah. We'll address that. Yeah, we'll address that. You know, we'll figure it out. We always do. Even if we just add like a. Yeah. Now we're back in the hook.
Regardless of your approval, God co-sign, no need for your approval. My head how high. I'm a king with towards healing. Along with I read, I was believing. You can't strip my tenacity. You don't get to define my reality. I value who I've been destined to be. I've been worthy, I don't think any less of me. I am enough, yes as I am, and care less if you understand. I am enough, yes as I am enough, yes as I am, and care less if you. I am enough, yes as I am, and care less if you understand. I am enough, yes as I am, and care less if you understand. I am enough, yes as I am, and I'm still following God's plan. I am enough, yes as I am. Don't need approval from me, man.
Alright, I'm gonna check out this verse real quick.
I still love myself. I've been doing the most, finding worth in the trends. They call me a joke, but that's where it's gonna end. No matter what the insecurity did, but look at me, I just keep standing and I choose to believe that. And I choose to believe that.
And I choose to believe that.
I would never let my crown slip. I would never ever slip my wrist. I would never let my call me a joke, but that's where it's gonna end. No matter what the insecurity did, but look at me, I just keep standing and I choose to believe that.
And I choose to believe that. And I choose to believe that. Yeah, I could definitely do some ear candy stuff to kind of fill that in. That's not a big deal. But I like that little cadence she was putting around with it. Choose to believe that. It's kind of like freestyling it, just kind of. I like that. I'm just making a note for myself.
Call me a joke, but that's where it's gonna end. No matter what the insecurity they project to me, I just keep standing and I choose to believe that. And I choose to believe that. I will never let my crown slip. I will never ever slip my wrist. I will never let my crown slip. I will never ever forfeit, cause I am enough yet as I am.
Yeah.
And I'm still following.
I love it, yeah.
I am enough yet as I
Yeah.
am. And careless if you understand. I am enough yes as I am. And I'm still following God's plan. I am enough yes as I am. Don't need approval from your man.
Dun, 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 dun.
Regardless of your approval, God co-sign, no need for your approval. My head how high it raised, my head's a victory. Reminding me, I am nothing more. This love something something worth fighting for. I'm not an accident. I don't claim that. I am adequate. You don't change that. No weapon of war shall prosper. I am a king, no stepping with the proper. Leading people towards healing. As long as I breathe, I won't stop believing. You can't strip my tenacity. You don't get to define my reality. I value who I've been.
Well, your volume is all over the place. I'm gonna cut you down right here. Ooh. Turn it down some.
I value who I've been destined to be. I've been worthy, I don't think any less of me. I am enough.
And I am to turn down these too.
I belong. Regardless of your approval, God co-sign, no need for your approval. My head how high.
I'm just gonna work my way now from left to right. Kind of check out everything. Bam.
Yo, I am enough yes as I am. I am still following God's plan. I am enough yes as I am. And care less if you understand. I am enough yes as I am. And I'm still following God's plan. I am enough yes as I am. Don't need approval from me, man.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that needs to be tweaked about that hook. I think that's fine, just the way it is. I like that. Like that bounce, got to catch a little bounce to it. Yeah, this still kind of plays off of a sound that you play around a lot with. Like we got a lot of instrumentals. It's got like the vocal kind of stuff in the background. I threw that in the beat that I'm working on for you as well, because that's just part of the sound. You know, it's kind of like that atmospheric vocal sound and stuff. And but it's like that blended with like kind of like a pop, more pop, kind of more up tempo kind of pop track, but it has those elements that we've heard in other beats of yours too. So it's like in the same realm. And another thing I put around with your beat too, I added some electronic music elements to it. Because you know how you like the droplets, as I call them, like that little sound that you pointed at to in your reference. I use that sound to kind of transition into the pre-hooks, I think it is. So it's like these little drops. And I added some more like some little electronic instruments where it didn't overtake the track, but it's like just little different textures that I don't think we've played around with in any other songs yet, but it's still very much the vibe, the original vibe, but just with some electronic music elements in it. Yeah. All right, so we're good on hook. Let's check out verse.
I'm a hypocrite, but I am enough from posters when you're not looking. I dispose them like Dorothy. I click my feet 3 times like a Biggie album. I'm a hypocrite, but I am enough from posters when you're not looking. I dispose them like Dorothy. I click my feet 3 times like like a Biggie album. I was ready to die like a dog trick. I played that so many nights. Either slit my wrist or stand up and fight. From my calling man to serve someone else. I'll the key to my own. I'm a hypocrite, but I am enough. Post this when you. I'm a hypocrite, but I am enough. Post this when you not looking. I dispose them like Dorothy. Post this when you. I am enough. Post this when you. I am enough. Post this when you.
Alright, so you say I'm a hypocrite, and then you say I am enough. Oh. Okay, I got you. I got you. Okay, so we got a little bit of the words got cut out right here, basically.
I'm a hypocrite, but I am enough. Post this when you not looking. I dispose them like Dorothy. I click my feet 3 times. I'm a hypocrite, but I am enough. Post this when you're not looking. I dispose them. I'm a hypocrite, but I am enough. Post. I'm a hypocrite, but I am enough.
Yeah, I want to get a little bit more emphasis on wrote.
Wrote
I'm enough.
I'm a hypocrite,
but I am enough. On post-its when you're not looking. I dispose them like Dorothy.
I click my feet, not looking. I dispose them like Dorothy. I click my feet. I dispose them like Dorothy. I click my feet 3 times like a for me, man.
I'm a hypocrite, but I am enough. On post-its when you're not looking. I dispose them like Dorothy.
I click my feet 3 times.
Dorothy, I click my feet there. And Dorothy, I want to make sure we emphasize the on Dorothy, because it also rhymes with feet. Like Dorothy, I click my feet 3 times. And then
I'm a hypocrite,
but I am enough. On post-its when you're not looking. I dispose them
like Dorothy. I click my feet 3 times like for me, man.
I'm a hypocrite.
For me, man.
I'm a hypocrite. Bro, I am enough. On post-its when you're not looking. I dispose them.
For me, man.
I'm a hypocrite. Post-its when you're not looking. I dispose them. Post-its when you're not looking. I dispose them.
Dorothy. I click my feet 3 times.
Post-its when you're not looking. I dispose them. Post-its when you're not looking. I dispose them.
Dorothy. I click my feet 3 times like a Biggie album. I was ready to die like a dog trick. I played.
I dispose them.
Like Dorothy. I click my feet 3 times.
Looking, I dispose them like Dorothy. I click my feet 3 times like a Biggie album. I was ready to die. Looking, I dispose them like Dorothy. I click my feet 3 times like a Biggie album. I was ready to die on the toes. Looking, I dispose them. On the blow for the problem. Maybe some cold polish tracks down here. Cold polish.
A dog trick. I played that so many nights. Either slit my wrist or stand up and fight. From my calling man to.
I dispose them. Nothing to look in. I dispose them like Dorothy. I click my feet. I dispose them. I dispose them like Dorothy. I click my feet 3 times like a Biggie album. I was ready to die. I dispose them like Dorothy. I click my when you're not looking. I dispose them like Dorothy. I click my feet 3 times like a Biggie album. I was ready to die. When you're not looking, I dispose them like Dorothy. I click my feet 3 times like a Biggie album. I was ready to die.
A dog trick. I played that so many nights. Either slit my wrist or stand up. A dog trick. I played that so many nights. Either slit my wrist or stand up and fight. From my calling man to.
I like that. I love that dog trick line. That's a really good wordplay. Die.
A dog trick. I played that so many nights. Either slit my wrist or stand up and fight. From my calling.
I had a little glitch in the audio.
From my calling man or stand up and fight. From my calling man to.
Was ready to die.
A dog trick. I played that so many nights.
Was ready to die.
Either slit my wrist or stand. Either slit my wrist. Either slit my wrist. Either slit my wrist or stand up and fight. Either slit my wrist or stand up and fight. From my calling man.
Oh, I hear it. It's still on beat the way you did it.
Either slit my
wrist or stand up and fight.
From my calling man to. I played that so many nights.
Slip my wrist or stand.
I played that so many nights.
Or slip my wrist or stand up and fight.
From my I played that so many nights.
Or slip my wrist or stand up and fight.
For my calling man to serve someone up. All the key for my calling man to serve someone up. All for my calling man to serve someone up. All the key to my own mental health. To be honest, I'm a bit overwhelmed.
Stand up and fight.
For my calling man to serve.
Stand up and fight.
For my calling man to serve someone up. All the key to my
stand up and fight. Or stand up and fight.
For my calling man to serve someone up.
Or stand up and fight.
For my calling man to serve someone up. All the
or stand up and fight.
For my calling man to
or stand up and fight.
For my calling man to serve someone up. All the key to
or so this is basically a run-on sentence right here. We say stand up and fight for my calling. Right? Either slip my wrist or stand up and fight for my calling meant to serve someone else. Right? Stand up and fight for my calling meant to serve. So I may change the enunciation just a little bit to make it feel more like a run-on sentence right here, because there is a break between the two lines right now. Fight
for my calling man to serve.
Stand up and fight
for my calling man to serve someone.
Stand up and fight
for my calling man.
Stand up and fight
for my calling man to serve someone.
Stand up and fight for my calling. So I may come in like slightly earlier maybe. Or stand up and fight for my calling
man to serve.
Or stand up and fight. Or stand up and fight
for my calling man to serve someone up.
Or stand up and fight for my calling meant to serve someone up. For my calling meant to serve someone. Or stand up and fight for my calling meant to serve someone else. Or stand up and fight
for my calling man to serve someone else. All the key to my own mental health.
Or stand up and fight for my calling meant to serve someone else. Or stand up and fight for my calling meant to serve. Or stand up and fight for my calling meant to serve someone. Or stand up and fight for my calling meant to serve someone else. Or stand up and fight for my calling meant to serve someone. Or stand up and fight for my calling meant to serve someone else. Or stand up and fight for my calling meant to serve someone else. Or stand up and fight for my calling meant to serve someone else. Or stand up and fight for my calling meant to serve someone else. Or stand up and fight for my calling meant to serve someone else.
All the key to my own mental health. To be honest, I'm a bit overwhelmed.
Stand up and fight for my calling meant to serve someone else.
All the key to my own mental health. To be honest, I'm a bit overwhelmed. Being everyone
else.
All the key to my own mental health. To be honest, I'm a bit overwhelmed. Being everyone yet but myself.
I don't know what it is about your cadence right here, but I just think it's so cool. It's not complicated or nothing. It just flows very well with the beat. It's very complimentary.
All the key to my own mental health.
To be honest, I'm a bit overwhelmed. This is a perfect example when I be telling these rappers, man, you ain't got to cram your bars so dense. Like, let that stuff breathe a little bit. Like, that's what gives it some nice movement. You know, like, let it pull in and pull out and, like, give it its own space. Don't take up all the space in a track, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. You trying to empty the clip. You know, you got a lot of stuff you trying to get off your chest and say, and mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it can be too much to process at one time, you know? And then the musicality can suffer too, like when you just cramming stuff in so hard, because it's like just all gas, no brakes. So there's no like pause or like let that sink in for a moment. Let me let you process that or whatever. And then like just from a cadence standpoint, when you're always filling stuff in, it kind of limits you cadence wise of what you, I mean, there's still a lot you can do, but like when you start adding more pauses back into it, now you just open up a whole nother realm of what you can do cadence wise once you start using more pauses, because pausing is just a part of a rap cadences of you filling in pauses, because pausing is creating grooves and stuff like that, you know? And then over a track like this too, this is like a faster instrumental. What are we at? 98 beats per minute. So that's on the faster side. Boom bap is typically somewhere between like 85 and 90-ish. 98's getting up there like dance. You know, like I said, this kind of gives you that kind of pop feel a little bit. So it's a little bit higher tempo. So like not filling it in is a good move too, because typically the faster the beat is, the slower we rap over it. And because imagine if you're rapping, if you're rapping really fast over this, that's even more dense. Like you're just filling the bars even in more, you know. So it's funny how that works. We typically rap faster over slower tracks because we're going across these bars a lot slower, so we got all this extra space to fill in, you know. So yeah, but yeah, really good. I'm really enjoying this groove right here, this flow you got going. Flip my wrist or stand up and fight for someone else.
Oh, the key to my own mental health. To be honest,
I'm a bit overwhelmed.
Being everyone, yeah, but myself. Now it's time to let myself key to my own mental health. To be honest, I'm a bit overwhelmed. Being everyone, yeah, but myself. Now it's time to let being everyone, yeah, but myself. Now it's time to let myself. Being everyone, yeah, but myself. Now it's time to let my being everyone, yeah, but myself.
So I'm gonna play with the timing of this. You know, this is something I picked up a lot on our last song, like picking up on like filler words, like yeah, but myself. So I'm always, not always, but a lot of times I want to see if I can fix that, get rid of the filler words. That way it feels a little bit more natural. And I think I can accomplish that just with some slight timing differences right here without having to add an extra word in there. I'm gonna try that first. Remove the yeah, but just adjust the timing of it a little bit so we don't have to fill it in with a word. But let me see.
Being everyone, yeah, but myself. Now it's time to.
And then the same thing on the next line, I think. Let's see. The next one doesn't have a filler word, but it's just the timing of it I want to just.
Now it's time to let myself flow. Now it's time to
let myself
flow. Being everyone, yeah, but myself.
Being everyone.
Overwhelmed.
Being everyone but myself. Now it's time to love myself.
Overwhelmed.
Being everyone.
Overwhelmed.
Being everyone. Myself.
Overwhelmed.
Being everyone but myself. Being everyone. They could being everyone but myself, or being everyone to everyone but myself is another line. That would being everyone to everyone. Yeah. That plays off of our previous. Ain't it crazy how we was literally talking about this song before I even heard the song. Yeah. Being everyone to everyone but myself. I love that. Now it's time to being everyone to everyone but myself.
I'm a bit overwhelmed. I'm a bit overwhelmed.
Being everyone to everyone but myself.
I'm a bit overwhelmed.
Being everyone to
I'm a bit overwhelmed.
Being everyone to everyone but myself. Now it's time to fly for the down of myself. One but myself. Now it's time one but myself. Now it's prime time for me to love myself. Now it's prime time, baby. Now it's prime time for me to love myself. One but myself. Now it's time for me to love myself. One but myself. Now it's prime time for me to love myself. On the one but myself. Now it's time to one to everyone but myself. Now it's about time for me to now it's about time. What do you think? Now it's about time. Now it's about time. Or you can say now it's about time for me to love myself. Yeah. For me to love myself. Yeah, that should work. Everyone to everyone but myself. Now it's about time for me to love myself. Everyone to everyone but myself. Now it's about time for me to love myself.
Flaws and all, I still love myself. I've been doing the most, finding worth in the trends. They call
me love myself.
Flaws and all, I still love myself. I've been doing the
love myself. Flaws and all, I still love myself.
I've been doing the most, finding worth in the trends. They call me a and all, I still love myself. I've been doing the most, finding worth in the trends. They call me a joke, but then all, I still love myself. I've been doing the most, finding worth in the trends. They call me a joke, but that's where it's gonna end. No matter what the insecurities they project to me, I just keep standing and I choose to believe. Flaws and all, I still love myself. I've been doing the most, finding worth in the trends. They call me a joke, but that's where it's gonna end.
Alright, and then we shift where the rhyme is landing right here from for myself, and then we start leaning a little bit later. Flaws and all, still love myself.
I
Still love myself. I've been
I've
doing
been doing the most,
finding worth in the trends. They call me a joke, but that's
where
what's gonna end.
No matter what the insecurities they project to me, I choose to keep standing and I choose to believe that. And I choose to believe that. I still love myself. I've been doing the most, finding worth in the trends. They call me a joke, but that's where it's gonna end. No matter what the insecurities they project to me, I still love myself. I've been doing the most.
So this something that's going on here is actually kind of an odd numbered rhyme or an odd numbered verse. That's why you had the extra room at the end too. So what's happening right here is actually like an odd rhyme scheme placement. So if you think about, without even being overly analytical about it, just think about a verse is typically quadrants of fours. So typically it's common to have like a 12 bar verse or a 16 bar verse. So like 4, 8, 12, 16. So just four quadrants of, these four quadrants. And so what's going on right here is there's a rhyme scheme that's not fitting within a 2 or a 4, if that makes sense. So it's like an odd number, and then that causes kind of a trickle down effect. At some point, wherever it stops is going to kind of feel odd wherever it stops. So one thing we could do, so someone else, mental health, overwhelmed, but myself, that's 4 bars. Then we go love myself, worth in the trends, the joke is going to end, insecurities project on me. Interesting. I mean, just looking at it, it looks even. It looks even just looking at it. Let me see, play it back.
I still love myself. I've been doing the most, finding worth in the trends. They call me a joke, but that's where it's gonna end. No matter what
this part right here, this is the 4th bar. That's where it is. It's where the shift of the rhyme is happening. So this is it. It shifts on the 4th bar. So the beat is like the 4th bar is a transitional period where things in the beat typically will drop off, or like something's shifting or something's happening. And so it starts kind of feeling, this ain't a rule, it's not a rule, but it can kind of feel weird when we transition to different places than what the beat is shifting. So if you shift it like on an odd number, like a 3rd bar, which is what we do here, because we go into the new rhyme scheme on the 4th bar right here.
They call me a joke, 2. But that's where it's gonna end. No matter what the insecurities they project to me, I just
the me is the new rhyme scheme, and it happens on the 4th bar of this 4-bar section right here.
Call me a joke, but that's where it's gonna end. No matter what the insecurities they project to me, I choose to keep standing and I choose to believe that.
But again, there's no rule to it. Like it can also be cool to do certain things like this because it's not typically what you would hear. So I like, sometimes I can add like something interesting to it that you wouldn't expect either. So just because our ears are trained to hear something a certain way doesn't mean we should always do it that way. So I'm keeping that in mind as I'm listening to it.
Doing the most, finding worth in the trends. They call me a joke, but that's where it's gonna end. No matter what the insecurities they project to me, I choose to keep standing and I choose to believe that. And I choose to
I might just leave it alone. Thinking myself. Now it's about time for me to love myself.
Flaws and all, I still love myself. I've been doing the most, finding worth in the trends. They call me a joke, but that's where it's gonna end. No matter what the insecurities they project to me, I choose to keep standing and I choose to believe that. And I choose to believe that.
Yeah, I like it. I think I'm just gonna leave it like that, bro. Yeah.
I still love myself. I've been doing the most, finding worth in the trends. They call me a joke, but that's where it's gonna end. No matter what the insecurities they project to me, they call me a joke, but that's where it's gonna end. No matter what the insecurities they project.
And no matter what the insecurities,
I just keep that insecurities they project to me. No matter what the insecurities they project to me.
You project on me. You project on me.
They call me a joke, but that's where it's gonna end. No matter what the insecurities they project to me, they call me a joke, but that's where it's gonna end. No matter what the insecurities they project to me, they call me a joke, but that's where it's gonna end. No matter what the insecurities they project to me.
Alright, so I might do a slight timing adjustment on here just to give you a little bit more space to say the project on me.
No matter what the insecurities they project to me.
It's right on that line of like being a little bit too dense. I can still hear what you're saying, but I can tell it's pretty cramped right there.
They call me a joke, but that's where it's gonna end. No matter what the insecurities, they project to me a joke, but that's where it's gonna end.
And so one way my first move in situations like this, I always look at, is there any space where I can come in a little bit earlier? That's one little move. I can come in just a little bit earlier to give me just a little bit more space, and we do have space right here.
But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter that, it's on the reverse, on the breath.
But that's where it's gonna
and I may actually add another syllable to it if I come in earlier, if I need to.
But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter what.
But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter what the insecurities.
But that's where it's gonna end. But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter what the insecurities projected on me.
But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter what the insecurities you project on me.
But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter what the insecurities you project on.
But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter the insecurities you project on me.
But
there's two different ways we can say it. We can say no matter what.
But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter what the insecurities projected on me. Or no, okay, we can say no matter what the insecurities. No matter what the insecurities you project on me. That makes sense. No matter what, that's what you wrote. No matter what the insecurities you project on me. No matter what the insecurities you projected on me, or you've projected on me. No matter what the insecurities you projected on me.
But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter what the
But that's where.
Or no matter the insecurities you projected on me.
But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter the insecurities you.
But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter the.
But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter these.
But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter the insecurity.
But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter the insecurities you projected on.
But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter the insecurities you projected on me.
But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter the.
But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter what the insecurities projected on me.
But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter the insecurities you projected on me. That just fills it in. I removed like a syllable or two with that, but didn't change what you said.
But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter this.
But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter the insecure.
But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter the insecurities you projected on me.
But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter the insecurities you projected on me. It's just a little bit less dense.
But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter the
But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter the insecurities you projected on me.
But that's where it's gonna end.
No matter the insecurities you projected on me.
That
sound okay to you?
I choose to believe that.
Yeah. I do the same thing you do. I be rewording stuff and don't even notice it. Let me just update. Cause I know why your stuff ain't updated, because you'll be coming up with stuff on the fly. Like you'll be like working stuff in, and then you'll like reword it while you're recording, and then you just free flowing. Like, okay, next. I do the same thing. I've written full verses without writing anything down like that. Just, oh yeah, let me say this. I like that. Oh, let me say this next. I'm like, dang, I forgot I got to write this stuff down. Yeah. No matter the insecurities you projected on me.
I choose to keep standing, and I choose to believe that. And I choose to believe that.
I choose to believe that.
I would never let my crown slip. I would never ever slip my wrist. I would never let my crown slip. I would never ever forfeit.
I like, one thing I like about an improv line you did on, but I choose to believe that. But you don't finish the statement. So it's like you kind of leave it open ended, like I choose to believe that. Choose to believe that. That could be like a run on, like where you're alluding to something you're about to say, or it could be, or you could say I choose to believe that, which is that which I've already said too. You can think of it that way. I choose to believe what I just said. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. It works both ways, because in one way you say I chose to believe what I just said. And it's like I choose to believe that. You could also think of it like, oh, he's about to say something else. He's about to make another point. Yeah, so on one hand, saying I choose to believe that, it's like I choose to believe that which I just stated. So something I've already said, but also I choose to believe that, like you're about to say something else. I choose to believe that, yada, 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 yada. So it's like leaving them hanging from that aspect of it. So you can take it either way. Yeah. I choose to believe that. Yeah. So you could, however they interpret it, that's art. Art leaves things for interpretation. Yeah. And then the bridge you make a statement. I would never let my crown slip. I would never slip my like I choose to believe that. You know, like it's a play. You can play into that too. You know, I like it. I like it. Yes, sir.
I would never let my crown slip. I would never ever slip my wrist. I would never let my crown slip. I would never ever forfeit, cause I am enough yet as I am, and I would never let my crown slip. I would never ever slip my wrist. I would never let my crown slip.
Yeah. I would never ever slip my wrist. I think that works. Crown slip. Yeah. I would never ever slip my wrist. Yeah. I would never let my crown slip.
I would never ever forfeit, cause I am enough yet as I am. I would never let my crown slip.
Yeah.
I would never ever slip my wrist. I would never let my crown slip.
Yeah.
I would never ever forfeit, cause I am enough yet as I am, and I'm still following God's plan. I am enough yet.
Rich trying to make them club bangers, bro. Not trying to. You are making them club bangers.
I am enough yes as I am, and I'm still following God's plan.
Oh yeah, bro. It's another one of those. It's a different type of banger, you know.
For me, a man. I would never let my crown slip. I would never ever forfeit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The feel of it is like feels more like upbeat, kind of happy, feel good, you know. Yeah. Writing some notes so we could put some ad libs in the bridge. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let me check out verse 2.
I am enough, yes, as I am. Don't need approval from me, man. I belong, regardless of your approval. God co-sign, no need for your approval. My head how high, raise my hands of victory. Reminding me, I am meant for more. This was something stop me.
Oh yeah, the beat fell off. Let's see.
Regardless of your approval, God co-sign, no need for your approval. My head how high, raise my hands of victory. Reminding me, I am meant for more. Reminding me, I am meant for more. Reminding me,
Alright, so we're out here.
Reminding me, I am meant for more. You saw something stop me with fighting for. Don't need approval from me, man. I belong. Regardless of your approval, God co-sign, no need for your approval. My head how high, raise my hands of victory.
And the beat's off there too. It kind of shifts twice right here. This is kind of tricky because there's no snare there, so it's a little bit harder to hear it.
I belong, regardless of belong, regardless. I belong, regardless of your approval, God. I belong. Regardless of your approval,
boom, boom, boom.
I belong. Regardless of your approval, I belong. Regardless of your approval, God co-sign. I belong. Regardless of your approval, I belong. Regardless of
boom, boom. Okay. Boom, boom, boom.
I belong. Regardless of your approval, God co-sign, no need for your approval. My head how high, raise my hands of victory. Approval for me, man. I belong. Approval for me, man. I belong. Regardless of your approval, God co-sign, no need for your approval. My head how high, raise my hands of victory. Reminding me, I am meant for more. You saw something. I belong. Approval for me, man. I belong. Regardless of your approval, God co-sign, no need for your approval. My head how high, raise my hands of victory. Reminding me, man. I belong. regardless of your approval. God.
Here's another interesting thing with the odd number stuff I was talking about. So you almost pause for the entire first bar, and then you come in with I belong, and then you go into the approval rhyme. So we got a 3-bar rhyme pattern going on right here, technically. We're not necessarily approval. Not necessarily a 3-bar rhyme. It's where it's landing. It's another one of those things. It's not the odd number rhyme. It's where the rhymes are placed. So technically, you're beginning your rhyme scheme on bar 2. You say it on 3. Yeah, 2 and 3, and then you change it on 4. So now on bar number 4, you're going into your new rhyme. So I'm just keep in mind of that. Just listen.
Approval for me and mine. I belong. Regardless of your approval, God co-sign, no need for your approval. My head held high, raise my hands of victory.
No lead when that God for me.
You feel something stop me with fighting for. I'm not an accident. I belong. Regardless of your approval, God co-sign, no need for your approval. My head held high, raise my hands of victory.
Let me check out how you do this.
I value, I've been with it, I don't think any less of me. And enough, yes, I belong. Regardless of your approval, God co-sign, no need for your approval. My head held high, raise my hands of victory.
No lead. Okay, and then victory. So you got rid of the line no lead. What is that? Something no lead will deny the will of God from me. No lead. Oh, okay, yeah, I probably just read that wrong. No lead. Yeah, no lead will deny the will of God from me. So did you take that line out? I think so.
God co-sign, no need for your approval. My head held high, raise my hands of victory.
Yeah. Yeah, so you took that line out. Meant for more. Victory, approval, victory. Meant for more. Victory, you reminded me I meant for more. Okay, I got you. Not me, you were meant for more. Well, you technically rhyme with victory with you reminded me. My head high, raise my hands of victory. You reminded me, and then what it is so you shift it where you're rhyming at. So you don't have 2 end rhymes right here that rhyme with each other. You got victory, then you say you reminded me that I'm meant for more. You saw something inside of me worth fighting for. I'm an accident. I don't claim that. I'm adequate. You don't change that. So yeah, you're doing something they're not necessarily expecting. So yeah, so there's a balance with that, because like if you was doing that the entire verse, that's probably something I would fix. But I don't think it's a bad thing if you kind of go in and out of doing it, because it's just something slightly unpredictable that you're doing, which can add to like the character of it. Because I'm big on like structure and stuff like that, but I also know that messing with structure is also interesting too. So everything doesn't have to be so neat and even. Because like one technique I teach on my little rhyme series I did recently was I talk about neighboring rhyme schemes. So what makes a rhyme scheme strong is like when they land near the same time from one bar to the other. But you can also play with that. Like once you understand that, like, okay, if I land on the second snare, the 4th beat on bar 1, and I land a rhyme in that same place on bar 2, they're going to have a strong connection with each other. They land in the exact same spot from bar to bar. Or you can shift it, one of those, and like rhyme on a 1 beat earlier. So like one lands on the 4th beat, one lands on the 3rd beat. Yeah, that's cool too. Like I fit it when the blast the race from the cold, flash from the brace for the foe. I fit the rap erase from the cold, when the brass for the case for the flow. Fly from the race the vibes for the foe, when the glass and the grace of the cold. Like the second one's always like 1 beat earlier. And that's cool. Like they're still close enough to where you can pick up on those rhyme, but they're just in different places. So that just goes to show you like structure is something, the more we manipulate it, as long as we're intentional about it, it can be very interesting, or unintentional. Yeah. Yeah. Because you're not thinking of it. You're not thinking of it like that. When I hear it, just because it's something I specialize in, so I pick up on that stuff pretty easily. pretty quickly, because in my head I can kind of see how it's structured in my head listening to it, because I've been doing this for so many. But most artists ain't making tracks like that. You just feel it out. You just do what feels good, and that's really all that matters. That's all, and that's kind of what I'm trusting. As I go back and listen to it, I'm like, okay, forget structure. How does it feel? Does it feel good? Feels good. It's not wrong. That's kind of my measuring stick, you know. So yeah, so that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm just gonna listen back and like be free of all the analytical stuff and just focus on how it feels.
I'm enough just as I am. Don't need approval from me, man. I belong. Regardless of your approval, God co-sign, no need for your approval. My head held high, raise my hands of victory. Reminded me, I am meant for more. You saw something stop me worth fighting for. I'm not an accident. I don't claim that.
Hey, I think it's cool. I'm gonna leave it like it is. I think it's cool like that.
Just as I am, don't need.
Because you correct it, so you dip in and out of it. If it was just doing that the whole time, like, we definitely got to fix this. Like, people ain't gonna be able to follow this for nothing.
I am enough just as I am. I belong. Regardless of your approval, God co-sign, no need for your approval. My head held high, raise my hands up. I belong. Regardless of your approval, God co-sign, no need for your approval. My head held high, raise my hands of victory. I belong. Regardless of your approval, God co-sign, no need for your approval. My head held high, raise my hands of victory. No need for your approval. My head held high, raise my no need for your approval. My head held high, no need for your approval.
I don't think it's too wordy. It's just the timing of it may be kind of difficult to execute. Like my head held high. All those H. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play around with the timing of it because we have space. And so I'm gonna try to come in a little bit earlier to give yourself a little bit more room to say it. I think we'll be able to fix it just by doing that.
I belong. Regardless of your approval, God co-sign, no need for your approval. My head held high, raise my hands of victory. Need for your approval. Need for your approval.
My head held high.
Need for your approval.
My head held high, raise my hands.
Need for your approval.
My head held high.
Need for your approval.
My head held high, raise my hands.
Need for your approval.
My head held high, raise my hands in victory. Don't need nothing more.
Need for your approval.
My head held high.
God co-sign, no need for your approval.
My head held high, raise my hands in victory.
God co-sign, no need for your approval.
My head held high, raise my hands.
God co-sign, no need for your approval.
My head held high, raise my hands in victory.
God co-sign, no need for your approval.
My head held high, raise my hands in victory.
God co-sign, no need for your approval.
My head held high, raise my.
God co-sign, no need for your approval. God co-sign,
no need
for.
No need. I'm gonna say the no need part just so we can hear how it all comes together. No need for your.
Regardless of your approval, God. Regardless of your approval, God co-sign.
No need for your approval.
Regardless of approval, God co-sign. Your approval, God co-sign. Your approval, God co-sign.
No need for your approval. My head.
Your approval, God co-sign.
No need for your approval. My head held high, raise my hands.
Your approval, God co-sign.
No need for your approval. My head held high, raise my hands in victory.
Your approval, God co-sign.
No need for your approval. My head held high, raise my hands in victory. Yeah, it just gives you a little bit more room to say all those H's and to hold them just a little bit longer.
Your approval, God co-sign. Your approval, God co-sign.
No need for your approval. My head held high, raise my hands in victory.
Reminded me, I am meant for more. You saw something.
Held high, raise my hands in victory. Held high, raise my hands in victory. You reminded me. Held high, raise my hands in victory. You reminded me, and I'll probably come in earlier to kind of connect those rhymes together with victory and reminded me. Held high, raise my hands in victory. You reminded me that was meant for more. That sounds dope. Held high, raise my hands in victory. You reminded me that was meant for more. Yeah, need for your approval. My head held high, raise in the victory. You reminded me. And we just pull back, let it breathe for a second. You reminded me, my hands in victory. You reminded me that I'm meant for more. My hands in victory. You reminded me that I'm meant for more. I added a word in there. My hands in victory. You reminded me that I'm meant for more.
stop me with fighting for. I'm not an accident. I don't claim
that I'm meant for more.
You saw something stop me with
I
fighting
mean,
for. I'm not an accident. I don't claim
that I'm meant for more.
You saw something stop me with fighting for. I'm not an
Fighting
I'm
for.
not an accident. I don't claim
Not the
that.
for. You
I
saw
am out
that I'm meant for more. You saw something inside of me that I'm meant for more. You saw something inside of me worth that I'm meant for more. You saw something inside of me worth fighting for. That I'm meant for more. You saw something inside of me that I'm meant for more. You saw something inside of me worth that I'm meant for more. You saw something inside of me worth fighting for. That I'm meant for more. You saw something inside of me worth fighting for. That I'm meant for more. You saw something inside of me worth fighting for. That I'm meant for more. You saw something inside of me worth. That I'm meant for more. You saw something inside of me worth fighting for. Here we go. That I'm meant for more. You saw something. That I'm meant for more. You saw something inside of me worth fighting for.
I'm not an accident. I don't claim that.
Yeah. Worth fighting for.
I'm not an accident.
That I'm meant for more. You saw something inside of me worth fighting for.
I'm not an accident.
I don't claim that.
I
I'm
am
an adequate. I am.
I'm not an accident.
I don't claim that.
I am adequate. You don't change that. No weapon of me shall prosper. I am not an accident.
I don't claim that.
I am adequate. Not an accident.
I don't claim that.
I am adequate. You don't change. Not an accident.
I don't claim that. I am adequate.
You don't change that. No.
I love that line. It's simple, but it's super catchy. I love that.
I don't claim that.
I am adequate. I don't change that.
I don't claim that.
I am adequate. You don't change that.
I don't claim that.
I am adequate.
You don't change that. I am adequate. You don't change that.
Yeah.
No weapon of me shall prosper. I am a king. No weapon of me shall prosper. No weapon of me shall prosper. No weapon of me shall prosper. I am a king. No weapon of me shall prosper. I am a king. Stepping under me proper. Leading people
I'm
to
apologize up.
healing. Along with I of me shall prosper. I am a king. Stepping under me proper. Leading me proper. Leading people towards healing. Along with I breathe, I won't stop believing. You can't strip my tenacity. You don't get to the nasty. You don't get to define my reality. I value who I've been destined to be. I've been worthy, I don't think any less of me. I am enough, yes, as I am. And care less if you understand. I am
Me worth fighting for.
I'm not an accident. I don't claim that. I am adequate. You don't change that. No weapon of me shall prosper. No weapon of me shall prosper. I am
No
a
weapon.
king, change that.
No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I'm a king, so when I step in, just be proper. Talk your ish, Rich. Proper. I'm a king, so when I step in, just be proper. I'm for the reader, just be proper. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I'm a king, so when I step in, just be proper. No weapon formed against me prosper. I am a king, so when I step in, just be proper. No weapon formed against. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. From the raver, dress me proper. From the reader, I'm a ready to me copper. Dress me shall prosper. From the reaver, none the dress me proper. I'm a king, so you dress me shall prosper. I'm a king, so you better dress me proper. For the Rafa, I reword that line because it is a little bit wordy. Dress me shall prosper. I'm a king, so when I step in, dress me shall prosper. I'm a king, so you better dress me shall prosper. I'm a king, when I step in, dress me proper. Dress me shall prosper. I'm a king, so you better dress me proper. Dress me shall prosper. I'm a king, so you better dress me proper. Feed it to me top. Dress me shall prosper. I'm a king. I got a punchline, but it won't work. It's too much. I'm a king. I'm like a letter. You better address me proper. I'm like an envelope. You better address me proper. It is funny. You better address me proper. Cause if you don't, then you're gonna get in the fender bender. Cause we're gonna send that ish right back to the sender. Oh. There's a new part of Rich coming out. The punchline, talking trash and making jokes and stuff like that. It is. Yeah. It is. It's just we just ain't got the room for it, you know? But yeah, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I'm like an envelope. You better address me proper. Yeah, I'm like an envelope. You best address me proper. I'm like an envelope. You best address me proper. We could fit that in. You just get rid of the king part, but no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I'm like an envelope. You best, and then you get the internal rhyme. Best address me proper. I'm like an envelope. You best address me proper. Let's do it. Screw it. You want to do it? I'm like an envelope. You best address me proper. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I'm like an envelope. You best address me proper. Boom. There we go. That's why I always say, man, when you're writing, you got to just leave some room for some spontaneity. Like, get some ideas. I'm like an envelope. Prosper. Like an envelope, you best address me proper. Leading people towards healing, along with I breathe, I'm like an envelope, you best address me proper. Leading people. Okay, and then we still got a little bit of room on this next line. I was gonna already work this out timing wise. We can still fit king in here. We can get king back in here on this line, and it rhymes with leading. Like I'm a king leading. Keep on the problem. Cause I'm a king leading towards healing or something like that. Yeah. When I get the show prosper, I'm like an envelope. You best address me proper. I'm a king. I'm a king. Like envelope, just to be proper. I'm a king leading. Proper. So what I would do from there, okay, well, we got healing. So we're going into a new rhyme scheme right here, healing and believing. So something to keep in mind just as far, you rewrite both of these lines if you want to kind of keep playing around with some wordplay. If needed. The main thing that gets us stuck is when we limit ourselves. So if we have to keep the same end rhymes while trying to be witty. That's a bit limiting. That may work or it may not work. So that's the other option, is like just completely rewrite those next two lines if you need to. Probably because we put that punchline before it. It's like it's got no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I'm like an envelope. You best address me proper. I'm a king, a thing. If what the fuck is on the team, or we could break the rhyme scheme on the third bar. This is another technique since you already doing some unconventional stuff. I'm a king, a sing. I from the reference on the bring, it rise on the greater to be prosper. And then you end the first rhyme scheme you started. So you rhyme on bars 2 and 3, break it on the third, and finish it on the fourth. Like, I'm a king to bling for the flies. I'm a king to bring, no matter what it seems. On the 5 from the breaker to be dropper. Proper. I'm an envelope, you best address me proper. I'm a king that brings up on the slide from this. I'm a king that brings something fresh on the scene. I'm a toss on the dragon to be topped. I'm a king that brings something fresh. I'm a king that things up on the place on the scene. Oh, roster, yeah, never done the prime on my roster. And I got some heavy hitters on my roster. And I got almost on the rebound, let me top. On the slide, on the raking, I'm a proper. I'm a king. You don't, when you're speaking from the heart, you don't need a teleprompter. I'm an envelope, no weapon for the gift show. I'm like an envelope, you best address me proper. King with the team under another prompter. Proper. I'm a king that rap. I'm a king that sings, and I rap with the things on the toss and the teeth on the. I'm a king that sings, and a rap on the team, on the breath, and the jibbing on my proper. This is a good place to talk your ish though, because you said no weapon formed against me shall prosper, right? It's like it's a victorious moment. Like talk your ish, Rich. Yeah. So we still got to fit that in there. Should you call me Rich or Richard? Just don't call me broke. So you can call me Rich, you can call me Richard. Just don't call me, you can call me Richard, you can call me Rich. Just don't call me broke. There you go. End with Rich, so it connects with broke. You can call me Rich, you can call me Rich. Just don't call me broke. Keep playing around. We're going to start working on some comedy bits for you. Start doing some stand-up. I'm a thing, I don't need to tell a prompter. Best address me prosper. I'm okay. Proper. I was thinking Monster. You can think like Monster energy drink or something, like you don't need it. And you're so energetic, you're so charged up. Proper. Conquer. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm a king looking for something to conquer. I'm a king. I'm a king. I'm a king because all I do is conquer. I'm like an envelope. You best just be proper. King. I don't need to tell the prompter. I'm so proud. I'm like a king. You best just be proper. I'm a king. I'm a king. I'm a king. I'm the conquer. I'm a king. Look. I'm a king looking for the. I'm a king looking for the next. It's too wordy. Looking for the next. I'm a king looking for the next thing to conquer. I'm a king that. I'm a king. What's the next thing? I'm a king. What's the next thing I'm a conquer? For the brave. I'm a king. What's the next thing I'm a conquer? Yeah, I flip, or you can say, I flip the script and I don't need to tell a prompter. That's cool too, cause like I'm doing something different, and also like saying I don't need to tell a prompter means like you just come with like you just going off the cuff, like you just being your authentic self, which ties into the song like about being yourself. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Hold on, let's write that down. I flipped the script. I'm like an envelope. You best address me proper. I'm a king. I'm a king. Looking what's next. I'm a king. What is next for me to conquer? I'm a king looking. I'm a king. What is next for me to conquer? I'm a king. What's the next thing I'm a conquer? I'm a king. What's the next thing? I'm a king. What's the next thing I'm a conquer? I flip the script. I don't need a teleprompter. I flip the script. I flip the script. I don't need a teleprompter. I flip the script and I don't need I flip the script and I don't need no teleprompter. That could work too. What we have written. I flip the script and I don't need no teleprompter. I'm a king. What's the next thing I'm a conquer? I flip the script and I don't need no teleprompter. Yeah, I think that'll work. See, yeah. Envelope, you best address me proper. I'm a king. What's the next thing I'm a conquer? I flip the script and envelope, you best address me proper. Envelope, you best address me proper. I'm a king, what's the next thing I'ma conquer? I flip the script and I don't need no teleprompter. Yeah! Dope, you best address me proper. I'm a king, what's the next thing I'ma conquer? I flip the script and I don't need no teleprompter.
You can't strip my tenacity. You don't get to define my reality. I buy you.
And I don't need no teleprompter.
You can't strip my tenacity. You don't get to define my reality.
You can define no teleprompter. You can't quit to strip my tenacity. You don't get to define my
reality.
You can't quit no teleprompter. You can't strip to flip my tenacity. You don't get to define my reality. You can't strip the fifth to my prompter. You can't strip. Also rhymes with flipped. which is the last line we just did. I flipped the script and I don't need no teleprompter. You can't strip tip my. See how that just comes together? That's crazy. You can't strip flip. You can't strip fifth of my tenacity. I want to throw another word or something in there. You can't strip tip my tenacity. You don't get to find my reality. You can't strip then. You can't strip or you can't strip or tip rip my you can't strip or grip. You can't strip this. You can't strip this my you can't strip even if some you can't strip this my tenacity. You don't get to find my reality. You can't strip this my tenacity. That could work. You can't strip if you say strip this and you say my tenacity. You can't strip this my tenacity. You don't get to define my reality. Yeah, I think that'll work. You can't strip this my tenacity. You don't get to define my reality. I value who I've been destined to be. I've been worthy. I don't think any less of me. I've been worthy. I don't think any less of me. Let me check that out.
Can't strip my tenacity. You don't get to define my reality. I buy you. You can't strip my tenacity.
I don't need no teleprompter. I can sit, tip my tenacity. You don't get to define my reality. I don't need no teleprompter. You can't strip this my tenacity. You don't get to define my reality. I don't need no teleprompter. You can't strip this my tenacity. You don't get to define my reality. You can't prompter. You can't strip this my tenacity. You don't get to define my reality.
I buy you who I've been destined to be. I've been worthy, I don't think any less of me.
My reality.
I buy you who I've been
destined to be. And being worthy, I don't think any less of me. My reality. I value who I've been destined to be. I've been worthy, I don't even any less of me. I find my reality.
I buy you who I've been destined to be. I've been worthy, I don't think any less of me.
I wanna define my reality.
I buy you who I've been destined to be. I've been worthy, I don't think any less of me.
To define my reality, I value who I've been destined to be. I've been worthy, I don't think any less of me. I'm from the top to the depths that I am. To define my reality, I value who I've been destined to be. I've been worthy, I don't think any less of me. Hey, to define my reality, I value who I've been destined to be. I've been worthy, I don't think any less. To define my reality, playing with the flow a little bit. To the top and the breath of the beat. To define my reality, and I value who I've been destined to be. I've been worthy, I don't think any less of me. I'm from the top to the depths, just as I am. To define my reality. From the rap of the boss, up on the tip of the breed. Five rap on the raven, any less of me. Hey, to define my reality. I'm from the bride, who I'm destined to be. I value who I've been. I'm to define my reality, and I value who I am, who I'm destined to be. And I value who I've been, and I'm destined to define my reality. And I value who I am and who I'm destined to be. I've been worthy and the breathing any less of me. I'm gonna define my reality. I can value who I am and who I'm destined to be. I value who I am and who I'm destined to be. I value who I've been destined to be. I value who I am and who I'm destined to be. I'm from the brush to define my. That could be a cool line. I value who I am and who I'm destined to be. So it's like you also said who I currently am and also who I'm growing into being. You know? It kind of goes full circle with talking about earlier too about doing your best and stuff like that. Like Like knowing your own value now, and you constantly getting better all the time. You're always growing and improving. You know, like valuing you as you are, your imperfect self with all your flaws, which we'll always have, but we're constantly getting better. I value who I am and who I'm destined to be. I'm being worthy. I don't anything. I'm being worthy in them. Okay, here's another potential thing we could end with. I value who I am and who I'm destined to be. I'm just thinking of something along the lines of regardless of what you think, don't make me think any less of me. Something along the lines of being secure in who you are, regardless of what anyone else says. I being worthy, I don't think any less of me. I value who I am and who I'm destined to be. I've been worthy, I don't think any less of me. I've been worthy in the loving any less of me. Value who I am and who I'm destined. You can't strip it towards healing. All right, we can play with it. So let me see. I value who I am and who I'm destined to be. Think any less of me. I value who I am and who I'm destined to be. What I say, regardless of what you think, or what you think doesn't make me think. How did I say that? What you think doesn't make me think any less of me. Who I'm destined to be. What you think doesn't. Yeah, I value who I am and who I'm destined to be. I got that. And I was playing around with something a little bit different on the last line. Who I'm destined to be. So the original is I've been worthy, I don't think any less of me. I've been worthy, I don't think any less of me. I value who I am and who I'm destined to be. Who I am and who I'm destined to be. Destined to be. Thinking of me. And that's not a fantasy. I have to be value who I am and who I'm destined to be. I'm destined to be. All your leave. I was also thinking about playing off of your name, like turning a vision into a reality. Yeah, that could be cool too. I've been worthy. I don't think any less of me. Also thinking about like just having that one last punch, like all the haters or all the toxic people like there, like you don't have any power over me type of line, like I don't think any less of me, regardless of your. Yeah, it doesn't make me think. I value who I am and who I'm destined to be, regardless of what. Destined to be, regardless of your opinions. Who I am and who I'm destined to be, regardless of your opinions. It ain't something to me. It ain't wavering with me. It ain't regardless of your opinions. Regardless of your it'll fit. Destined to be, regardless of your opinions. It ain't tougher to me. Regardless of your opinions. It ain't tougher to me. What I say? It ain't tougher to me. Regardless of your opinions, it ain't destined to be, destined to be, testing to see. Regardless of your opinions, it ain't pressing to me. Destined to be, it ain't pressing to me. It ain't. I'm destined to be. So you can take you can take your opinions and get lost in the sea. I value who I am and who I'm destined to be. You can say, who I'm destined to be. So it's destined to be in anybody else's opinions. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking of something that don't mean nothing to me. Destined to be. So you and your opinions don't mean nothing to me. Or I value who I am and who I'm destined to be. So you and your opinions don't mean nothing to me. Yeah. Who I'm destined to be. So you and your opinions. So you and your opinions don't mean nothing to me. I value who I am and who I'm destined to be. So you and your opinions don't mean nothing to me. It's from my tenacity. You don't get to define my reality. I value who I am and who I'm destined to be. So you and your opinions don't mean nothing to me. That's a strong ending, like. Yeah, like it starts when you say, I am adequate. You can't change that. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I'm like an envelope. You best address me proper. Talk yo ish. I'm a king. What's the next thing I'm a conquer? I flip the script. I don't need no teleprompter. You can't strip this, my tenacity. You don't get to define my reality. I value who I am and who I'm destined to be. So you and your opinions don't mean nothing to me. That's a strong ending line. It gives conclusion to like all the issue talking. You know, like before something that would destroy you, it's like it don't mean anything to me anymore. Like I know who I am. I'm confident. You know? Yeah, and then we go right back into the hook. I am enough. Yes, I am. Yes, as I am. And care less if you understand. It ties perfectly in with that hook. Yeah. Oh, okay. So was that something you wanted to do in the actual song? Is like flip it at the end, or oh, I got you. I got you. Let me go ahead and just record these lines real quick. This, my tenacity. You don't get to define my reality. That means nothing. To define my reality. To define my reality. I value who I am and who I'm destined to be. So you see when your opinions. To define my reality. And I value to define my reality. And I value who I am and who I'm destined to be. So you and your opinions don't mean nothing to me. Hey. To define my reality. And I value who I am and who I'm destined to be. To define my reality. I value who I am and who I'm destined to be. To define my reality. And I value who I am. To define my reality. And I value who I am and I'm to define my reality. I value who I am and I'm destined to be. So you and your opinions don't mean nothing to me. To define my reality. And I value who I am and I'm destined to be. So you and your opinions to define my reality. And I value who I am and I'm destined to be. So you and your opinions don't mean nothing to me. To define my reality. And I value who I am. To define my reality. And I value who I am and I'm destined to be. To define my reality. And I value who I am and I'm destined to be. So you and your opinions don't mean nothing. To define my reality. and I value who I am and who I'm destined to define my reality. And I value who I am, who I'm destined to be. To define my reality, I value who I am. And to define my reality, I value who I am. And to define my reality, and I value who I am and who I'm destined to be. So you and your opinions don't mean nothing to me. To define my reality, and I value who I am and who I'm destined to be. So you and your opinions don't mean nothing to me. So you and your opinions don't mean nothing to me. I am and who I'm destined to be. So you and your opinions don't mean nothing to me. Hey, reality, and I value who I am and who I'm destined to be. So you and your opinions don't mean nothing to me. Yeah, I am and who I'm destined to be. So you and your opinions don't mean nothing to me. I am and who I'm destined to be. So you and your opinions don't mean nothing to me.
I am enough, yes, as I am.
Talk your ish, Rich.
If you understand.
No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I'm like an envelope, you best address me proper. I'm a king, what's the next thing I'ma conquer? I flip the script and I don't need no teleprompter. You can't strip this, my tenacity. You don't get to define my reality. And I value who I am and who I'm destined to be. So you and your opinions don't mean nothing to me.
I am enough, yes, as I am.
Yeah.
And care less if you understand. I am enough, yes, as I am. And care less if you understand. I am enough, yes, as I'm enough, yeah. Cause I am enough, yeah, as I am. And I'm still following God's plan. I am enough. Belong. I am enough, yes, as I am. And care less if you understand. I am enough, yeah, as I am. Cause I am enough, yeah, as I am. And I'm still following God's plan. I am enough, yeah, as I am.
I'm gonna attempt to copy this hook. It should work fine. We're just repeating it. Oops. The nudge on. Be so you and your opinions don't mean nothing to me.
I am enough, yeah, as I am. And I'm
be so you and your opinions don't mean nothing to me.
I am enough.
Be so you and your opinions don't mean nothing to me.
I am enough, yeah, as I am. And I'm still following God's plan. I am enough, yeah, as I am. And care less if you understand. I am enough, yes, as I am. And I'm still following God's plan. I am enough, yes, as I am. Don't need approval from mere man. I am enough, yeah, as I am. And I'm still following God's plan. I am enough.
Here we go, bro. We got the polish knocked out. Yes, sir. It's another banger. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that came together, and it was crazy how it tied right back into the hook too. And then even one of the words we changed, the bars we changed around, created another rhyme scheme on the following line with the script. It was flip the script, and then we go into you can't strip this my tenacity. You don't get to define. So we created a whole other internal rhyme scheme out of that too. It's funny how stuff like that can just like connect together unintentionally. Like you can be like, yeah, I meant to do that, but it's like it just happened, you know. That's to me that's kind of the spiritual part of when we do what we do. It's like, where do ideas come from? You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't think all that stuff out, you know, and we just kind of vibing and just like magic happens. Yeah. Yeah. Feeding off each other's energy, ideas, you know? Yeah, man. That's dope. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, just think about the stuff I was talking about with the legal side of things as far as getting beats placed and stuff like that. Just look into that a little bit more, you know, and like I said, the way you can kind of protect yourself with that is like, because again, I don't see any issue with getting placements as long as you have permission from the producer. As long as it's not hard to say, hey, look, this is the fee, this is the agreement. As long as there's that, as long as you have some type of connection with that producer, shouldn't be as long as there's no copyright issues like with samples. I don't see why any producers would have any problem with their beat getting placed. You know what I'm saying? I just hit them up like, look, this is what I'm trying to do with this. I'm trying to get it placed in some movies or whatever. Whatever is that? Would that be an issue? You know, if and when that happens, for us to work out an agreement with each other. You know, get some paperwork signed. You know, yeah, because anybody making beats, they want that. That's their dream. They would love for you to get a placement. You know what I'm saying? That's beautiful. So, so yeah. Look into that, man. Because the thing about like when you write a song over a beat, it can be tricky replacing the beat, especially if you feel like that beat is like perfect. Because then anything you change, it's not gonna be the same. You know. You know what I'm saying? Like it's you're gonna miss the essence of what the original thing was, and it's tough. It's tricky. You can do it. We've done it, but like even with the beat I just remade for you, there's certainly elements I've kept in there from the original beat. I just added enough to it and changed some things around, but I knew if I deviated too much from that original, it's not gonna feel like the same song. There's certain things about that melody that resonated with you and how you said certain things and stuff, and like you can't deviate too far from that because then it's gonna like be a different vibe, you know. So yeah, just look further into that, man. Yeah, because that'll definitely save time and money, you know, and I'm all for that. hmm Yeah, yeah, exactly. And any producers who's up on their, that's a good little test. Any producers who's up on their game, they better respond to you. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's definitely not uncommon. Like not everybody's up on their business. Just like I was talking about earlier. Like you got some people who all they want to do is make music. They ain't thinking nothing about the business side of things. Um, like I'll give you an example. I One thing I've been doing is sharing uh like rappers lyrics and stuff on my channel. And so I do this with major artists, but I also do this with independent artists, like artists that don't have as large of a fan base. It's a way for me to kind of share the light, share them with other people, you know? And so I did it with two rappers recently. One of them, they both have fan bases. One of them actually reshared it and thanked me for it. The other one completely like ignored it and didn't do any interact. And they don't owe me that at all. But it's just smart as an independent artist, if somebody like myself, for example, who actually has a following, is sharing your stuff, engage with that person. That's a person who's like, that's an ally. That's somebody who's like on your side and took the time to share your stuff. Just a simple thanks, bro. I appreciate you, man. That could go a long way. You never know what that may lead to down in the future, you know. But someone who just ignores it and just kind of has that kind of standoffishness about it themselves, which is nothing wrong with that. They don't owe me nothing, but that can have an effect on like, you know what I'm saying? Like them not thinking about the business side of things. Like that's business. Like that's like if you got fans commenting on your stuff and you're trying to build a fan base, engage with your fans. Don't try to be like, well, I'm bigger than my fans. I can't acknowledge these underlings. Like, no, that's the people paying your bills, bro. That's the people trying to show up to your shows. Those are the people you want to have a connection with, you know? But but yeah, it is what it is, man. Producers, yeah. They people. They people. Not everybody's up on their business. They're not everybody's checking their inboxes like they should and stuff like that. But you know, I would hit them up in multiple ways. You know, email, DMs, whatever. Like just exhaust as many different ways you can contact them. Follow up if you need to, and then if they don't respond by a certain period of time, just move on. Like, hey, they missed the opportunity. You know, because I mean, you don't think about every song you do. Like when you're actually trying to do like commercial stuff with it, every instrumental you use, you're entering a partnership with somebody else. Like if you do anything commercially, this is you're involved in that money and they're involved in that money. Like so y'all have like a partnership in this song together. They have the musical side, you got the lyrical side, and the recording, the master. And so that's like a partnership. And so when you enter into partnership with someone, you want it to be with someone that you can get a hold of. Someone that you feel like, okay, if I need something, I can hit this person up and they will get back to me. You know? Like one producer I know off the top of my head, this producer named DJ Payne One. He's a guy that I follow. He's a content creator. He's always sharing information about the beat for the beat making community and stuff like that. This is a guy who's gotten placements with Eminem, Slaughterhouse. He's got plaques, this producer. I promise you, if you send him an email about some business, he's gonna get back to you. I promise you. And that's he's got stuff popping. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he's up on his business. That's why stuff is popping for him. You know? Gotta stay on top of that business. But yeah, just look further into that. Just be thinking about it. You know, something to chew on for a second. And yeah, so I'll shoot you over the polish for this. We didn't make any changes to the instrumental or anything like that, but I'll share that with it just so everything's synced up, because I do adjust the timing of the instrumental on my grid and stuff. So I always share the instrumental just so the reference track and the instrumental lines up with each other. If you were to load it up like in GarageBand or something like that, you could have independent control over both of them. They would sync up with each other. So I'll share that with you, and then be on the lookout for comping for the suicide. I Won't Commit Suicide, and then you can be checking that out, checking out the beat, writing down any notes or whatever, and then just let me know whenever you do that, and then we'll like schedule a call, and we'll just kind of go over that type of stuff. And then we got our studio session this weekend. So yes, sir. So yeah, we'll just touch bases we usually do before then, just to say what's up. But yeah, if you need anything else in the meantime, Rich, let me know. I know you probably about time for a nap, aka sleep. Yeah, cool, man. Well, I'll let you get to that, bro, and I will shoot everything your way. And if you need anything else, just holler at me. And I'll shoot our video recording in our Dropbox too. I got you. I got you. One thing I give you about that, something to think about. This is kind of unrelated, but it's on the topic of it. We won't get held up on it. But think about this. As far as the content you're sharing, I probably wouldn't share that type of content where it's like long videos like of us like talking and working together. I would create snippets of like if you want to show like behind the scenes, because like no one's gonna watch 3 hours. Like you're not even gonna watch 3 hours of these recordings. Like we ain't got that type of time, you know. So think about, if you use the content, try to use it, try to edit it and make it like more easily consumed by people. Like if it's just like, if you're taking, edit it, like make a, like if you're trying to show like a, why would they be watching it? Maybe you want to show a behind the scenes of working. So like you could take pieces of what we're doing, like let's say let's say what we were just doing right there towards the end, like we was working on that verse and it was like coming together. Like that could be a cool moment to share. Like, hey, this is how this song was made. But no one's gonna sit there and watch 3 hours. So don't think about content as like, oh, just put it out there just to be putting it out there. Think about, what do people want to see? Like what do people really want to watch and want to see? You know. And so like, think about time and all that stuff. People aren't going to sit there and watch 3 hours of a video. And so that video will never perform well because people aren't going to watch that whole video. You know what I'm saying? So just something to think about as far as like content goes. All content's not equal. You know, like, man, I'll spend, bro, 20 hours, 10, 20 hours editing my videos on YouTube. Then I put it out. You know, imagine if I just recorded a whole video and it's like, uh, so, um, so yeah, like people are gone already. What the hell is this about? Like, what is this? You know, I got, as I click your video, I got 20 other videos loaded up right here, and it's in my face, and they're saying, "Click me, click me." There's more. You know what I'm saying? So this high competition out here. So think about every video, every piece of content you put out is you serving your audience, and ask yourself, is this something that I would consume? You know, but that's a side. That's a whole nother thing. That's fan base. That's content. All that type of stuff. But yeah, we can try to figure out what's going on with that. I don't know what's up with that. Oh yeah, it could be that there is. I think there is there. I think there may be some limitations on how long a video can be that you upload. It could be, I don't, cause I mean, I don't upload videos that long, but that could be part of it too. I don't know, but yeah. Mhm. Yeah, like little highlights, you know. Maybe there's an AI tool that can like find the highlights, you know, so you don't have to th- so you don't even have to sit through 3 hours of checking it out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. You can only like do so many videos with it and stuff like that. Mm, mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe with something like that, maybe what the way you do something like that is you go ahead and chop it up into pieces and then feed them the pieces you chop up. Like okay, like this 20-minute, 30-minute clip, there's some good stuff in here, and then let them do their chopping it up or however it does it from there. You know, so maybe that's a better approach to like help them, point them in the right direction of the things they need to chop up. You know. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, could be. Could be. Yeah, that could be it. Yeah, the content side of things, that's a whole nother beast. That ties into the business stuff we're talking about. Like every piece of content is technically a promotion. You know, you're promoting your brand, your image, you know, every little video I put out, like even my little pictures I make on Instagram and stuff, I brand it Coal Mine Studios and it's had like a certain look to it and stuff like that. And that's a whole other beat. That's all work, you know. That's work. I'll be spending hours just like making pictures. You know what I'm saying? To share on social media. Like I kind of I build an archive of stuff. Like I'll spend X amount of hours just working on content to share on social media, and then I have like a archive of it that I have stored up, and I just pick from it each week. Like, okay, I'm gonna share this on Monday. I'm gonna share this on Tuesday or whatever, and kind of go from there. You know. But yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, bro, I'm gonna let you get something to eat, man. And I'll shoot everything your way. And yeah, just you know the deal, bro. If you need anything, just holler at me, man. All right, Rich, I appreciate you too, bro. You have a good one too, man. All right, peace.